Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to our D&D night. We're playing Curse of Strahd. It's great. This is chapter 7. I'll do a recap after we all show off our costumes. We can do some announcements. The first announcement is we have sponsors. They are below us. The one that you need to know, 1985 Games is sponsoring, is providing all of our map assets that you're going to see throughout our campaign and tonight. 1985 has their dungeon craft material. It is fantastic. It is good stuff. You cut it out. It is affordable. It is usable. It is manageable. It is fantastic. They have theme boxes like the Cursed Lands box that we use for Curse of Strahd. They have boxes for other modules as well. Go check out 1985 Games. Go check out their dungeon craft stuff. Wednesday, Megan, Steven, and I will be here doing something. It is Block Party night. We are playing Sushi Go with Sovereignty. It'll be very fun. Join us for that. Friday, no clue what's happening. But we'll figure it out. We hope you'll join us. Follow us on our Discord. Follow us on all of our socials for all the good shit there. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to show off my costume while I continue to try and warm up this wax to put my teeth in. Look at this.
Hold on. Let me change over here.
Ooh. It's still not showing it off. Look at this nice coat. It's nice and velvety. I got leather pants on. I got
Flip the side up.
Fluffy shirt. What? This side? This.
Your hair is weighing it down.
Oh.
Hair gets like that sometimes.
I got a popped collar, nice jacket. Everything's looking great. Look at this fucking wig.
It looks awesome.
It's got the.
Love the widow's peak.
It's got that there. I'm working on getting wax for my teeth because I didn't know you had to warm up the wax. I just thought it was just wax. So that'll happen eventually. We're gonna cut. Steven's gonna cut over to somebody.
Ready? You guys?
Nice. I have my.
Ta-da! Hey, it's Gary and Eris.
Hello. Hello.
I'm very excited. She's so cute. I have the small axe with the longest handle.
Yep. Very long handle.
Very long handle.
We spent a lot of time on this. We had a whole lot of fun putting all of our costumes together. We're going to flip over to the other side for Thatch and Willow. Look at this shit.
Hello, friends.
Terrifying.
Thatch will haunt your dreams forever.
Yes.
Forever.
I said Cat Bane.
Looks pretty good, though. It does look pretty
Handmade.
good. You can't see.
I can see just fine.
Handmade mask. Hello, Kitty.
Yes,
I pet you with
Hello,
my...
friends.
My cockeyed optimist, she is here.
Delighted scream.
Squeal! Squeeze! Squeeze!
Oh, you get
This is my plus one.
Yes!
Hello, friends.
We're here! Our D&D characters are here! This is great!
Hello.
Hello!
Handmade horns, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
the cat has decided she was going to make an appearance.
Okay, there we go.
She's
around.
She went behind a green screen, just pulled the green screen.
I don't know if you can see, Megan and I got in some new dice from Greenleaf Geek. We got these purryhedrals.
Here.
The purryhedrals!
Megan got a full set of clear dice with little galaxy cats. Galaxy cats in them. They are fucking fantastic. If you don't already follow Greenleaf Geek, go follow Greenleaf Geek. They did the Keyleth Goldfish dice. These dice are fantastic. All the dice that they do are so good. Plus, they do other things as well.
They're easier to see in the diseases.
Meow.
That is not okay.
Okay, let's,
What am I hearing?
Derek.
sorry.
What am I hearing?
Steven, if you'll turn the map cam off, we're gonna do a small recap here.
Thank you all!
Thanks.
So, up to this point,
Your head.
Oh, sorry.
chapters 1 through 6, Our 4 adventurers have stumbled into Barovia. They have meandered through the village of Barovia. They have found Ismark and Irina Kolyanovich. They have taken care of business in the village of Barovia. They made their way across the mountains down towards the town of Vallaki, where they stopped at an old windmill.
Yeah, someone gifted subs.
Ding dong.
Oh, 5 subs. Thank you for the
Raina.
subs.
Thank you.
They stopped at an old windmill where Gary found a meat pie sitting on the road and thought, hey, that's interesting. Let's go ask questions about it. While in the windmill, they met 3 hags. They launched an assault on the hags, and the hags fucked off. There was an assault. There was a fight that happened. I'm not being accusatory. There was a fight that ensued, and the hags fucked off. After the hags, they made their way down to the town of Vallaki, a nice walled-in city where they were asked to smile while they were walking around town. They didn't care for that very much.
What do you mean? They're just smiling right now.
It's very creepy too.
They got rooms at the Blue Water Inn in the town of Vallaki. The next morning, they were escorted to the manor of the Baron of Vallaki, Vargas, and his wife
Lydia.
Lydia. After speaking with Baron Vargas, they were a little suspicious. And they were concerned about his wife Lydia, so they went back into the house and they helped make little crafts and stuff to decorate the town of Vallaki for an upcoming harvest festival called Einarjar.
3 of us helped. 1 of us was just present.
I made a beautiful bow.
It was very nice.
While in the manor, Thatch was voluntold that he was going to be the king of the festival, sitting on a throne during a parade to make the town happy. Vargas is a son of a bitch. And we'll just, leave it at that. After leaving the manor, after making the crafts and feeling sufficiently, at least sort of okay that Lydia was okay, they went to the local church, the Church of St. Andrel. St. Andrel, they met the father, the priest at St. Andrel's church, whose name is escaping me. I literally just read all of this.
Father Lucian.
Father Lucian Petrovich, his ward Yeshka, and the Milovaj, the yard hand. After speaking with them, the father confided in them that a precious item that belongs to the church and sort of blessed the whole area, called the Bones of St. Andrel, which were stored in a crypt beneath the church, have lost their power. The land is no longer blessed, and asked if they could look into it. After agreeing to look into it, they went and spoke to young Yeshka, which was a very pleasant conversation, very fun. Before the afternoon services could begin, Yeska had to go back inside and help Father Lucian set up. We didn't really discuss what was going to happen next, so I will leave you all in front of the church to decide what it is exactly you are going to do.
Oh, I need to start music.
Well, he told us that he told the Milovaj. So I think we should go talk to the kid.
I'm very upset.
Is it not working?
It's not working. They're still hard.
Can you just not just stick them in?
No, they don't stay.
What about, do you have gum? I have gum. Here, we get gum.
Well, that'll work.
That'll work. Hey,
I have
no.
super glue.
No, do
I
this.
don't know if that'll work.
Chew gum. drink water, harden it up, and then just stick them in the fangs.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
Okay.
Work with what you got, my dudes. Plus, these might be old, so it'll work even better. Come.
Okay, well, we've talked to Yeska. Yeska told us the truth. And he told
Milovich.
Milovich. I'm gonna go grill a team, but I think we determined I'm not the person to talk to him.
We did in fact determine that.
I don't think so.
I think I've got a little too much pep in my step for him.
Not
I
yet.
think
Not
that-
the road we should go down.
Either myself or Harris should go talk to him. He
Like-
seemed to take a
Tag
liking.
team.
He seemed to take a liking to me, or an interest in me, at least when I was digging the grave as a badger.
Okay.
Perhaps it was because you were a
badger.
badger.
And a scarecrow.
That's gonna be very scary.
A
you
burlap badger. Would pique my interest if I didn't know what it was.
You're
So.
terrifying.
He really is. I don't know where he's looking.
I
so.
don't think either.
I think he looks great.
He does, but I don't. Is he looking at me right now? The face is looking at me, but the eyes could be looking at me.
There are scarier things in the Feywild.
I did it.
Huzzah!
Hey! They're a little green, but it's fine.
Are they green?
Well, the gum is green.
Oh, I see what happened.
Did you drink water?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Eyelash glue.
Do you?
Real glue.
No, that's not.
Oh, it's in the car.
You do not want to use eyelash glue on your teeth.
No, not in your
No,
mouth.
no.
Not in your mouth. So, I guess I'd leave the floor to you all. Who wants to go talk to him,
Well,
if at all?
We can
We don't have to
tag team.
find him.
We
Do
have
we
to-
know where he is?
We have to find him.
Well,
I
he's
would.
hanging out in the church the whole day.
You know,
Do you
Sorry,
think he's
no.
in the back?
He might just be
Probably.
in the graveyard still.
probably.
Probably out back smoking a cigarette. Damn kids.
Not my lord, you damn kids. Okay.
Yes, let
I
us
guess
go
we can
find
look-
Milovich.
We can go look in the back. See where he is.
Huzzah!
Where be him?
Where be him? Good question. Well, let's see. Where be him indeed? What am I missing?
What's
I'm
next
missing
for you
something.
tonight?
There is a big thing of
Um,
hummus in the bird.
As you all,
Oh, can you make fudge round?
Yeska closed the door to the church behind him as he walked in. And
Yes, they closed the door to the church behind them.
as he walked in, but around the church, there is, I mean, it's just like there's a fence. If you're looking at the church to the left side, there's like a white picket iron fence that covers the graveyard. And then, you know, it just sort of sits on the main road, so it's also surrounded by like houses and stuff.
I'm really impressed with the fact that you only have just the slightest little lisp with this. I expected it to be a lot worse.
Surprised it doesn't go straight
Need it
Transylvania
squad
with
one
everything
for
he
a bit.
says.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blood, blood, blood!
God.
As you look around the church, whoever's looking around the church, if you would make a perception check for me. As you look, as you immediately look around, you don't see anybody chilling.
I mean, if we were doing it together, can one of us just have advantage on it? Or should we just do separate?
Oh, are we not all rolling? And
How,
talking?
How would someone help you look?
I mean, just
Well,
4 sets
look.
of eyes are better than 2.
Yeah, but then everybody.
Okay. Everyone around.
He
I'm
went.
gonna touch Eris's shoulder and give her guidance. So,
Okay.
whatever you roll, add a d4.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Oh, that. Oh. That's 9.
I got a 14.
Plus 2. 11.
Are you gonna roll perception checks since you're looking around with us?
I was busy taking notes. Yeah. Perception or investigation?
Perception.
I can't read.
3 plus 4.
12.
That's me! No, it's you!
What's it?
Yeah, eat with these eyes.
13, 14, 12, and
11.
11. Oh, okay.
10, 9, 8.
As you all look around, the graveyard here that is attached to the church is empty. With a 14, Thatch, as you look around and don't see anything, you don't see your quarry. You start to glance around elsewhere, and you get a little suspicious when around the side you see a pair of eyes and a forehead sort of stopped, looking at you, see you turn around, and then it just ducks back behind an alleyway.
I don't know if it's Milovich, but seems somebody wants our attention.
Or doesn't.
Or trying to avoid it, but either way.
Either way, it seems like this is a good place to start.
He's down an alley. Should we maybe go on both ends of it and make sure that they can't
You're using this.
escape?
You do have a brain.
I actually have a very good brain. I'm probably the smartest person in the party.
Does have good brain.
Good brain. Scarecrow has good brain. If only had a brain.
I have an intelligence of 12 and a wisdom of 10.
My
And my intelligence is 17.
my intelligence is 14. My wisdom is 17.
And I got a 17 intelligence and a 15 wisdom.
You are very smart.
I'm here.
I am me.
I'm sunshine.
I am sunshine and rainbows.
Okay, yes. Let us go to either side.
Of the alleyway? Do we know how to get to the other side of the alleyway? Is it a long alleyway?
There's not. It's not. It's not an alleyway necessarily. It was just around the corner of a house.
Ah, okay.
There's no this. Not this city isn't set up in an alleyway
Yeah, no. it's
friendly situation. There's just space between the houses.
just- Think. One division,
Yeah. Okay.
give or take.
Alright. So we'll just go follow him?
And go follow.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's just go follow person.
We're gonna try to see if we can find where that forehead and eyes went.
That's all you saw was forehead and eyes.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that's not the meal pitch.
Somebody obviously was looking at us. I want to find out why.
Okay.
We gotta make sure they're smiling.
Well, alright then.
Oh, sorry. What are we doing?
Just give up on the thief.
I was hissing at the camera.
And your tooth was slowly falling off.
We'll get you fixed up in
At break.
At break.
Okay.
So we're gonna go chase after the spooks.
Sure. You walk over to where Thatch saw this person that he thought was watching you all, and as you make your way over there, it really is just a space between buildings. It goes for about 40 feet, and then it sort of just splits directions. At the back side of that 40 feet, sort of ducked to the left side, sort of cuts back to behind the left side of the house. You just see an arm and a shoulder just sticking out from the back.
Someone's not being very good.
They rolled a 2 on their stealth check. So it's
Are you just moving your jaw? I hate it. Alright, well. You just continue on?
I guess so.
Continue walking up to this kid. Person.
as you get closer, as you get within like 2 feet of this guy, it is a gentleman. He is about 5'4", 5'5", and when you get as Thatch leads the way down this little side space, I'm gonna call it an alleyway. It is not an alleyway. As you get to the back of this 40 feet alleyway, Thatch sort of rounds the corner. The guy looks at him, and then just darts off because he rolled another stealth check and rolled a 3.
Hello, friend. Running doesn't do you any good. We just want to talk.
He keeps running.
Hello?
I'm going after him.
Okay.
Let us go.
Okay.
Let us go.
Don't run. You're just gonna die tired.
Make a persuasion check.
God, that's not terrifying.
Out of the 4 of us, I think him and I are the most terrifying people.
It's 3.
Actually, my intimidation is not that great.
I made the child
You said
cry.
persuasion?
Persuasion, yes.
My intimidation is a +5. So
I got the
That's a 23.
Wow.
Oh, okay, sure.
you will die tired.
He comes to like a Scooby-Doo stop on his heels, and he just sort of puts his hand up.
I was joking, friend. We're not going to kill you. We just want to talk.
We're not going to hurt you at all.
I'll face step in front of him.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You all beside
Hello.
beside you all, you hear just a little bubble burst, and then Willow appears right in front of this guy's face. He goes, "Huh!" and he jumps back like 2 feet, and he says, "You're not gonna kill me."
Not unless you give us a reason to.
Not unless you give us a reason to, but you're acting very suspicious, and you're not very good at hiding.
Well, that's news to me. How can I help you?
Like, I realize that I'm wearing a mask right now, but it's real hard to take Derek seriously. Serious looking at him like that.
Like what?
Like Gaston.
I guess not.
We were singing an adult version of Gaston at the
Derek's more like if Gaston and LeFou actually had a baby.
Sounds good to me.
Well, first of all, why are you spying on us?
Well, it's not often that people come to Vallaki. I was interested. People get escorted to the Baron's manor, and they look like you all. It's yeah. I mean, people are interested.
Okay, there's
So you've
nothing
been
too
watching
much.
us all morning, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
What's it to you?
Well, let's start here. Hello, my name's Thatch. What's yours?
Sure. He starts looking around, eyeballing everybody. Thatch. Who are the rest of you?
I'm Willow.
Willow, huh?
That's half. Your turn.
I'm nobody. Don't worry about
Everybody
me.
has a name.
Yes, what is your name, sir?
What's your name, miss?
I asked you first.
And I asked you second.
That is not the way that this works.
No, it's not.
It is not the way that this works when I pull out.
We don't work like that.
I tell you what, it's okay. We're all cool here. We're cool. We're cool beans. Cool beans. He starts to sort of.
Kind of like block his back.
Okay. How about this? We all go our own ways.
No, see, you've been watching us, and I don't like that you've been watching us, so you should probably tell us who you are.
We just want to have a conversation.
That's highly suspicious, especially for people who just came to town, who are just looking for a bit of respite.
Do you not see the smile on my face?
And do you not see the smile on mine? Nobody's trying to do anybody else harm
I
here.
don't like being
understand
watched.
why you are not telling us your name. You're making this a lot harder. We're actually very friendly people. If you would just tell us who you are, we'd probably just let you go or whatever.
Well, I tell you what, if friendly is what you're trying to put off, maybe try a little bit harder.
Maybe you shouldn't have been spying on us.
Nobody was spying. I was just watching some new people walk down the road.
That is called spying.
That is just
Nobody likes a voyeur.
I don't like to be
What?
stared at.
Nobody's voyeurizing anyone
Were
here.
you watching them while they slept?
Who?
These lovely women here.
What?
You've been watching us. How long have you been watching us?
This morning, since you were escorted, didn't I not say that?
You haven't even said what your name is yet.
I don't know.
I'm
Until I know your
probably
name,
not
I don't
going
hear-
to be honest.
I don't hear anything you
You're
say
making
until
this
you tell us your name.
a whole lot worse. I promise. Like, you're the one that was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna tell you," and that honestly just frustrates us. And then we get we overreact a little bit. So we would like to know your name.
Sorry, friend. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah,
And
we-
I take out a sack of gold and just start putting a couple pieces of gold in my hand. So what was your name, friend? What was your name, friend?
Can I get closer to him?
No. What was your name?
Little bit close.
My name's Clark
Clark.
Clark what?
Duncan.
Clark
That
Duncan.
does not
Insight check.
sound real.
Go ahead.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Clark Duncan.
Before you.
21.
'21 insight. He is probably not his name, but he does seem like a skilled liar.
I'm going to take one piece of gold and put it back in my bag. Clark, we're going to try this again. What is your name? Every time you lie to me, you're going to lose another piece of gold from my hand.
Do people lie to you often?
More than you think.
I believe it. I was already thinking quite a few people. How about this? And he pulls out his own sack of gold. We don't talk about this anymore. And he starts to sort of just scoot around you again.
We're not done with you yet.
And why the hell not? I thought we were being friendly.
We are.
We are. You're the one that's not being friendly.
You know half of our names. So we know. Listen, you know half of our names, we get your first name. You know our names, we get your last name.
You said you wanted to know.
You tell us willingly, you get to live.
Wouldn't you like to know what we're doing here?
Honestly, at this point, I have other ways of finding out what you're doing here. What are we doing, folks?
What are we doing?
Are you all gonna start a skirmish in the
He's still
between
liar.
houses
Listen,
of a city that you all just came to, where you all are the ones that nobody knows?
he's a skilled
It's
liar
fine.
and he has gold. Listen, he's a skilled liar and he has gold. We could use him.
You're very smug.
We could use.
I know my business, and I like to know the business of other people.
So what do you do in this town then, since you won't tell us your name? Why do you do what you do?
What is your business?
My business is my own, is what it is.
Well, then why do you need to know what we're doing here?
People are curious.
Well, we're curious about you, so why do you not tell us?
You're not telling me anything.
Okay.
Want to play 20 questions?
A fact for a fact.
I'm okay. In fact, I got a meeting here in a few minutes, so I
Great,
might
we'll
just...
join you.
We got to know the town
Unfortunately,
anyway.
you're not invited.
Well, unfortunately, you can't really stop us.
You
That's
are
true.
actually the worst.
I'm actually just a person that has been accosted by 4 individuals in a back alley.
Because you were watching us.
Friend, we have not accosted you at all.
I
Have
feel
we touched
very
you?
vandalized.
Trust me.
Weapons
I-
were drawn, coins were bribed.
No, I was just counting out my own money. I never once promised I would give you this money.
I
That
was.
is a lie.
I did not promise you this money.
I think we all go our own way. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody speaks about it to anybody else.
Nah, I don't think so.
So what are we gonna do, big guy?
I think we could be friends. We can find a way to
We
work
could
together.
absolutely be friends. But we started on an awful low note, and I'm gonna need some time to try and
Yeah, well, you really
forgive you in my heart.
It really,
You
it
ex-
really seems like you know a lot about this town, and that we need to know a lot about the town and various
we
close areas.
we are
So why do you
curious.
not, maybe we could work something out.
We're curious people like you are.
So, if I'm understanding, now I'm being hired.
Not necessarily hired.
And just
I said
trying to
nothing
be
about
friends. Trying to be friends. You can friendly show us around town and tell us about the place. Because we're friends. Clark.
Listen. I think this is over. So either you let me pass, or things get hairy.
They can't be hairy, they can be burlap.
Guys, we have other more important business.
That is probably true, and I know that I do. So I'm just gonna scoot by Willow here and be on my way.
But
And
you will not
starts to
breathe
make
a
that
word
move
of
again.
this.
Breathe a word of it?
No.
Is this another bribe, or...
No, this is a threat.
Oh, it's a threat, so you're going to be threatening people in the town that you just
No.
arrived in where you are the strangers.
No.
At this point, yes, because
We're not threatening.
Thatch!
We're not threatening anybody. We're here to
I can
help.
barely stand this man.
We're here to help.
Well,
Good.
trust me, the feeling is mutual.
I don't think we
Listen,
need to be
this
causing
is-
any trouble here.
This is the king of the festival.
Which festival is that? We have so many.
the one that's happening in 2 days.
One of the festivals. I don't know.
Very well.
So we're
I'll
not.
be happy to be standing in the crowd and watch you all fest it up.
We're not here to threaten anybody.
No, we are not.
We're here to help people, and this is coming from me.
He scoots around Willow. He does a deep bow. It's been a pleasure. And he slowly walks away.
I like this man. He could be our friend and help us.
I don't, because for all we know, he's an agent of Strahd. Moving on, please.
Okay.
We have more important matters.
I just trust
Before he
him.
walks away.
Oh my
Huh?
God.
Before he walks away.
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Magic Awareness.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which means within 60 feet of me, anything that is not behind total cover, I know the location of any spell or magic item. And when I sense it, I can know what spell magic it's in.
Sure.
So what do you have on him?
He doesn't have anything magical going on.
Really?
Is there anything else within 60 feet of her?
You look around, the only thing magical is the stuff on your,
On all of
your
us.
crew here.
Is the coin that I have in my possession with
Yeah.
us? He's an agent of Strahd. He doesn't have one of those fancy coins.
I just
You can still have informants.
Oh no, I agree.
Yes.
I'm just saying he doesn't have one of the coins, which means he probably isn't super high up.
We are in an unknown area with only 2 friends here. I think we need to make as little threat as possible.
no matter how much we don't like people.
Exactly.
Oh God, I can't believe I just said
We
that.
noticed that he was following us. We need to be more aware of ourselves. That is it.
It's just very frustrating that
Of
he
course, but we
gaslit
can't
us.
go. But we cannot go around threatening every person we talk to that may
he
be
doesn't know our
curious
names.
about who we
He
are
doesn't
and what we're
matter.
doing here.
He also lied to us.
Well,
Yes, that's not his real name.
Yes, but we technically lied to him too. Well, we kept
we did.
things from him. Not lie. My fault. We could have easily told him
We
what we were
withheld
doing here.
information.
We could easily have told him what we were doing here. Because what are we doing here? We're helping. We're resting. We are resting up and we
We're
are
recovering
helping.
from a long time on the road.
We are resting up and we are helping Father Lucian.
Keeping that to ourselves.
Yes.
Malovich, please. I'm
Okay.
very concerned about this church not being as safe as it could be.
Well, the next place I would check would be the orphanage.
True, he's an orphan. Personally, I'm curious about the graveyard.
Did we check the graveyard?
I don't think we did.
You all looked around the graveyard and didn't see anybody.
We didn't see Malovich, but we weren't looking for what I would like to look for, which is I would like to look at. Are there any mausoleums, unmarked graves?
Well, yeah, because
There are no mausoleums.
Okay.
It's all just in the
Just
ground.
regular headstones.
There are so many kinds of headstones. Big ones, small ones,
Some as big
ones
as your head.
just in the ground. There are unmarked graves. There's just
that is a
there are
common
just
Stanley
some
trait, okay?
small, just little obelisks that sort of stand
If you guys
in
ever have a kid,
bare on
your-
the ground with no
your
writing or
kids
anything
will
on
be
them.
that big.
But there's no like buildings. It's a moderately sized graveyard. It probably takes up more space than the church does.
Yes.
But not a whole lot more.
Okay. I'm wanting to look for
Could we?
anything that is particularly looks like it's been there for a really long time.
Well, the bones are magical.
Okay.
So can we just like magic in a
Uh,
graveyard?
do a perception or investigation. Perception if you're just eyeballing it, but you're probably it's going to be investigation.
Yeah. That is a 13.
I don't think he would have reburied
13?
That's the problem.
And they were in the crypt.
As you go through, the first thing you notice is that there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason. There's no, these aren't chronologically buried. It looks a little sporadic. It looks like there probably was once a plan, like there were rows here, but it looks like it's gotten full, and so now they're just picking empty spots.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, some of the stuff is old.
Okay.
We're talking about 400 plus years.
Okay.
Some of the stuff, some of the stones, are illegible. So.
Does there appear to be a crypt entrance from anywhere outside of the church? Almost like a cellar type situation.
Go ahead and do a perception check.
Think entrance to the Thieves Guild.
That's a different kind of check.
I'm going to give guidance to myself because I can. Why not? You said perception?
Perception, yeah. Folks, don't forget about your
Nice.
chatspiration.
You can give us inspiration or the DM inspiration.
That would be a natural 20, a 26 total.
Nice.
As you glance around and take a little stroll, a little lap of the property, there doesn't seem to be. There is a back door to the church, but it looks like it is on a level with the rest of the building. There doesn't seem to be any kind of doors or cellar entrances or trap doors or anything that leads below or to any other part of anything on the property.
Okay. I guess we need to follow our only lead then.
Yeah, I feel like we've done a pretty
Pretty thorough.
It's thorough as we can do.
Yeah.
Go to the
Agree.
orphanage?
So,
Is that the next?
Before we leave, though,
Anna's contacts are very
I'm gonna
convincing.
poke my head
Thank
back inside the
you.
church. Is Father Lucian puttering around?
As you peek your head back in, it looks like Father Lucian and Yeshka are up at the very front near the dais, just having a little conversation, lighting some candles and stuff.
Okay.
There's one or two people that have made their way in on the in-between time.
Okay. I'm just gonna briskly walk up to Father Lucian and be like, one final question before we leave, if you may.
Oh yeah, just make it quick.
Of course.
Service is about to start.
This is my
Malavich,
country.
are there any places that he frequents?
What? Other than here in the orphanage, I don't really know, really.
Okay.
There's plenty of time for him to go wherever he pleases. He's not locked in here for any set amount of time. He helps where, we need him to help, and that's about it.
Okay. Thank you, Father Lucian.
Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you. If you want to stay for service, you absolutely can, but I don't think it's quite up to your speed.
I would be curious to certainly sit through one of your sermons one of these days.
I'm sure you're fine. You don't need to hear my old words.
I do not mind, really. I'm curious about this realm and all it has to offer. But for now, more urgent matters. Thank you, Father Lucian.
Yep. Thank you.
I'll run back outside and...
We'll see you later on.
He's so cute. I love him.
Yeah. I'll run back outside to the gang. Orphanage then.
Did you happen to ask where the orphanage was?
Nope.
Unknown. Do I know where the orphanage is?
Not really.
Well, after I'm...
You didn't really see. It was the middle of the night. You didn't really see. There were people out on the street, but you didn't really get any landmarks other than general
Or we can
layout of
find
the
it.
town.
Okay.
Or we can just ask someone on the street.
most orphanages, I feel like, have big signs that say orphanage. So,
Look for a red-haired girl singing outside.
exactly.
Oh, it.
Welcome to the party.
My name was supposed to be Annie,
Ew.
but then he's ginger and has curly hair. I would have gotten made fun of real bad.
I'll just ask someone on the street if they could direct us toward the orphanage. There you go.
There aren't a whole lot of people on the street, but there's definitely more people walking around now than when you all were escorted to by the big guy to the manor. You try and grab somebody's attention, they sort of swerve away. It takes a couple of attempts before you stop somebody. It's an older guy who looks like he is. It looks like he's taking some plaster or something and just resealing a window on the outside of a house.
Yeah.
He can't really go anywhere. When you walk up to him, he says, "Yeah."
Sorry to bother you, sir, but could you direct us toward the orphanage?
Orphanage.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. There's a bunch of kids that hang out on the north side of town. I could be an orphanage. Best I know, you don't have like a set, or not like a house or something where they house kids. There's just a bunch of kids that hang about north side of town.
North side of town? Any landmarks?
Yeah, I'm sure that there is. That old walker woman's house is up there, and she gets annoyed by the kids quite a bit. They try and play in her big old yard. She don't like that very much. Husband used to tend the garden there. Doesn't do that much anymore. Well, the kids hang out there pretty often.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Uh-huh.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You're all.
North side of town?
North side of town.
The
That was
woman
very
with
British.
the big yard.
Yep.
That's all that I understood.
That's all I got. I got north and yard.
Yep. Look for a big group of kids.
Alright, so let us go north.
3, 2, 1, go!
As you all make your way to where did I put my papers?
I am cold.
So here's the church.
I feel like I'm just gonna fall asleep in there.
Here's the church on the west side of town. You all probably talked to this gentleman probably about halfway. You make it to the Blue Water Inn before there's a street that looks like it goes north. So yeah, you're up by the inn, and then you start making your way north.
Making our way uptown.
Walking fast, paces fast, and I'm homebound.
And I need you. And I miss you.
Okay. Music break. Okay.
As you turn up that northward street, you immediately see that one house does stick out among the rest. It is 2.5 stories, which is a story higher than any of the other buildings here in Vallaki, other than like the church and the manor house and the Blue Water Inn. But it sort of just looms over the rest of the buildings, probably 3 times as large in terms of just like actual like square footage. It's deeper, it's taller, it's got more open area around it. And once you get better eyes on it, it is an odd house. It sort of leans in a couple directions, kind of like that house from Big Fish.
Oh, okay.
And it just sort of sits there. It looks like the windows are closed from the inside, or just like has the curtains drawn or whatever. But yeah, I mean that's what sticks out on this northern road. And the closer you get, the houses look the same as the rest of the houses throughout the rest of Vallaki. They look pretty nice on the outside. They look secure. They look, well lived in, cared for. But the further north you do get, they do become a little bit more sparse and a little bit smaller. Probably 2 or 3 rooms max on most of these houses up here. And you notice that as you come sort of northward, you see the trees get a little bit thicker on the outside of the walls. Looks like they loom a little bit closer than any of the other parts of town that you've seen. But you can also see, now that you're headed this way, you can see the mountains looming on the northern part of this valley. There's still a mist and a little bit of snow up on top of those mountains. That just becomes more apparent as you turn this direction walking up the street. What are you all looking for as you... Millivich.
Or a bunch of children in a group.
Can I get a group perception check looking out for kids?
Guidance to you,
Gary.
Gabby.
Good, because I rolled a natural 1, so.
Well, that's only a D4s I can help you with.
Still. That's 3.
24.
23.
4.
Sure.
3, 4,
Hey.
23, and 24.
Willow and Thatch, you both are sort of keeping your eyes and ears open. These two get a little distracted by, it's been, for you two...
Caterpillar!
Oh my gosh. Does it look like me?
Oh, we're role-playing. I thought there was a caterpillar up there. You two are sort of...
Isn't it
It's been
butterfly season?
comfortable walking around Vallaki to this point. Almost to the point where you could forget how sort of creepy it is outside of the walls. But, as the trees start looming in, you sort of get distracted by that again. That and the fact that, still, over the last few days, nothing's really gone your all's way. So you sort of get in your heads. You two, looking out for it. You guys are picking up on everything. As you all start making your way up here, you all notice that you do hear
Hello, Jenny. Thank you.
a few doors slam as you all make your way north, and it does seem to be in response
I
to
like this.
your all's presence.
Is this today? For day today.
And
Thank
I'll
you.
say, as before you can get to that larger house, you all do notice, you two both hear at about the same time, children's laughter coming from. You can't see any children, but you definitely hear it coming from the right-hand side of the road, sort of back behind the houses.
I smell children.
What a weird response.
You guys,
I hear some laughter over that.
this way.
Ah, okay. Come on, you two.
You all sort of swerve to that right-hand side of the road, and there is there's a larger gap between two of the houses. It's probably
large alley.
probably 25 or 30 feet between these houses, and it does seem to be just like a little dirt path that sort of leads between them, where the grass has sort of grown up a little bit. But as you all sort of peek down that little path, you do see two young girls sort of just playing in a field beside another house that sort of sits back off the road, and they look like they're just playing tag or something, just in that field.
Really let the intrusive thoughts win on that one, didn't you?
She stabbed it with it.
Hey, there's things going on.
I'm
These
just
intrusive
gonna
thoughts just took over.
I'm just gonna stop Thatch and be like, maybe hang back a little. just a little.
Children like
Love you.
Okay.
Love you, mean it. Hang back. I'm going to just. I'll keep my distance from the kids, but I'll just look at them and say, "Excuse me." Hi.
Hi.
I don't mean you any harm. I just have a question for you.
They sort of have a little small conference, and then the other one sort of steps up in front of the other one. She says, "Okay."
Is there sort of a makeshift orphanage around here? A place where a lot of you kids, or I shouldn't say, a lot of kids hang out?
They have a little chat, a sidebar between them again, and she says, "Why?"
Well, we're looking for Malovich. He works over at the church.
"Why?"
We had a couple questions for him.
"Okay."
Could you tell us where he is,
If you know.
please?
They sort of have a little chat, and the smaller of the two, who said hello first and then hasn't spoken since, sort of frowns and shakes her head, and the other one goes, "Well, maybe."
If it helps, he knows who we are. We've met him.
Yes.
It's not like we're just like some random strangers coming up and looking for him. We met him at the church. We just don't know where he went.
"Well, you're random strangers to us."
Oh, that's true. Hello. My name is Galdira Aramila Rosixiolis Tinkerboot, but you can call me Gary if you'd like.
Her hair's pink.
The bigger one that's been the taller one that's been talking sort of grabs the hand of the little one and says, "Milovich wouldn't like us talking to people we don't know."
Well, that's very smart.
Does he like look over you? Does he like watch out for you and like protect you and stuff?
Yes,
He does.
yes.
Okay.
Milovich protects all of us.
All of you.
Okay.
Well,
Would
we
it
don't-
make you feel better?
Are you part of? Do you like live in the same house as Milovich, like the orphanage?
Yes.
I'm an orphan too. And I know he is, and I just want to talk to him and help him.
Make a persuasion check.
Sick. 9 plus 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
We need to cleanse your dice. They need a salt bath.
Listen, I rolled 3 nat 20s before all of this. Okay? I don't know what's going on.
Spend all your nat 20s.
9 plus 5 is 14.
9 plus 5 is 14. She says, well, I don't guess anybody's ever called it an orphanage before, but we are orphans. You promise that you've met Milovich before?
Promise.
Yes. We met him and Lucian and Yeska. We met all of them down at the church.
Do you go to the church? Are you from the church?
No, we are new here. But he watched one of our friends that he helped out with some things at the church, and we're here to help out with some things at the church, and we're just trying to help. We don't want to do him any harm or anything. He's not in trouble. No.
Okay. I haven't seen him since this morning.
Okay.
He hasn't come back yet.
Okay. Well, could you give him a message for us then?
Probably.
Okay. We're staying over at the Blue Water Inn,
Okay.
and we just have a couple questions for him. If he would like to, we can meet him somewhere else just to discuss some things.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
We can meet on his terms.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'll
What-
tell him.
Meaning whatever makes him comfortable.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you all have a lot of toys to play with?
I'm gonna cry. Don't do that to me. I mean, don't do that to me.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
very-
we share some things.
Do you all have a ball to play with?
Well, yeah, balls are easy.
Or would you like another one? Can be yours.
Yeah?
I dig into my pouch and I pull out a leather ball and hand it to her.
She says, "Oh, thank you."
You're welcome.
And she hands it to the little one. The little one says, "I like your hair." And she runs away with the ball.
Thank you! You're very sweet!
What time is it?
I have a small mammal skull. They want to play with a skull.
It's 8:04.
No.
That's all I got. The world.
It's probably early afternoon, probably like 11, lunchish time.
I don't need to eat, but do you guys want to go grab some food?
We should probably eat something. And while we
Maybe
wait
regroup
for
and figure out what's going on?
Malovich, I guess.
Yes.
I think that's the best thing to do is send him a message, let him speak to us on his terms, and
I think that's a good plan.
What is a plan?
But if we don't talk to him by tomorrow, we probably should go find him.
I agree.
agreed.
Yes.
I don't know, I have a gut feeling that even if he was part of it, he didn't do it maliciously.
No, and I think that's how we kind of approach it, is just a conversation that we're just trying to figure out what happened, just so we can try to
Just so we can set it right.
resolve it.
Okay.
Where are you all headed?
Going back to the blue. Is the blue?
Find food.
Is that probably about the best place to get food and
Blue
stuff in town?
You all have only been to 3 places,
Yeah.
and only one of them serves food.
Well, head back to the inn. Maybe we can catch up with Irina and
Maybe
Yes,
we could also
it is
see.
smart.
yeah, Anissa.
We could also maybe check out some of the local shops and see what they have to offer.
Yeah, it's true.
I really want to figure out what the one shop was. I did not write the name down.
Me too. That is.
I didn't write it down.
I did. I wrote it down. Hang on. Because I wanted to go find it.
Blinsky's?
Blinsky's. It's a colorful
Look at
building
that.
called Blinsky's.
Okay.
Look at that. I use this.
So you all are going to the Blue Water Inn.
Into the Blue Water and to get some food.
Yes.
I would like to know what.
While we walk back there, can we take a 3-minute break real quick?
Oh, because we gotta do
Sure.
an ad.
Enjoy the ad.
Enjoy the ad.
Yep.
Be back.
Okay.
This is brought to you
We'll be
by...
back in just a minute. There's some commercials.
Unless
Hey, we're back!
Hello.
Thank you for sitting through that. Will probably happen like one more time before we're done.
And I got cold.
You all make your way to the Blue Water Inn. As you all come through there, make your way inside for lunch. There's a couple in there sitting at the bar. Looks like they're having an early lunch as well. They just look like regular townsfolk. The lady of the house is serving them. She's having a little chat with them. When you all walk in, she waves a hand and she sort of like gestures to any of the tables.
Just take a seat.
She says, "Do you want food?"
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sounds very good.
We're doing sandwiches today.
Where did you go?
All right.
I love sandwiches.
We'll take it.
I have to find. There she is. There she is. Lost her.
It doesn't
for a
take
minute.
very long. She comes out with some sandwiches, whatever. She says, how's your day so far?
Pretty good.
Pretty interesting.
Interesting. It could be gone better at the beginning, but it was good.
Would you say you know like a lot of people in this town?
Well, I mean, most people come through here to get their wines and such.
Okay, would you know a guy? And I described the guy that we cornered in the alleyway.
Well, I might have. I've seen him about.
Do you know his name?
You know what? I don't think I do. He sort of keeps to himself. I've never actually seen him with anybody. He just sort of wanders around town. I mean, he's come in a couple times for some food and some drinks and stuff, but I not very chatty.
What
Does
did
he tip
look
you
like?
well?
Does he tip well?
That's a good
I
thing
mean,
to know
most
about
people
person.
don't really tip, but I mean, he pays for his food.
Do you good to fetch?
Yeah.
Okay. You know you don't have to keep that on the whole time.
Yes, I do.
All
He's,
right.
he's in character. I have an interesting question for you.
Okay.
I'm sort of into local lore. I'm sort of new to this world, and I like to figure out the cool things, or if anybody has any certain traditions, or
Okay.
I'd like to know the lore of the town. If there's any like,
The lore of the town?
yeah, you got any cool stories?
Other than these constant festivals that we have, I don't know if there's anything else super specific. Do you have like an example of something you'd like me to say?
Are there any local legends?
Local legends.
Yeah.
Well, you got. There's a vampire living in a castle.
Oh yeah, we've met him.
Well, I tell you what. More recently, people have talked, and I've overheard them talk about it. I don't like to ask many questions, but apparently there's an old wizard living up in the woods. People have seen him, but I don't think anybody's spoken with him. And I don't know what he would be doing up in those woods. They're mighty fraught with different, just random stuff that wants to kill you. I mean, like, I'm bad at this. I usually just listen. I'm not really a talker or a gossiper.
That's fine. Well, have you ever heard of anyone ever talk about magic bones?
Magic bones? I don't know. I'm not off the top of my head. I can't think. I don't. No, I don't magic bones. I mean, like that's something that's beyond me.
Okay.
I'm sure that there's other people you could ask about. I don't.
Sure.
I apologize. I don't know.
Are there any buildings here that are haunted?
Haunted bit. Well, not in town.
Not in town.
You know what? I don't know personally if it's haunted or not, but I do know that there have been, people who in the past have said, and again, I don't know, I can't corroborate any of these stories, that there is, and I wouldn't go looking for it.
Yes, ma'am.
There's an old abandoned castle, a little fort, to the south a little bit. It's very hard to pronounce. I believe it's called Arkenvolstote. Apparently, and again, this is just what people say, a dragon used to live about there. And him and all his knights died.
They just died. just one day, poof, gone.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not really a chatter. This is more than I talk to most people.
What have you heard?
With ghosts and things. But I don't even know if it's true. Most people don't even believe in those things. Ghosts.
That's okay. It's still fun to speculate.
Well, sure, I suppose. Well, I've taken up too much of your time. I should go back behind the bar.
Oh, we've taken too much of yours.
We've taken
I
too
had
much.
a quick question too, if you don't mind, and it's probably much easier for you to answer.
Okay.
The really colorful building over there. What is it?
The what?
The very
Blinsky's.
colorful building.
Blinsky. It says
Blinsky's?
Blinsky's on the outside.
Oh, well, Blinsky is a very interesting man. He makes toys. He's a toy maker.
Adult toys or children's toys?
Oh my god.
What?
I mean,
What? He makes toys. He makes little. He makes dolls and such. I know he.
You cover your face with your hands.
Not many people. There's not a big need for toys, but I know that I've gone in there. Especially when the boys were little, I went in there and tried to pick up a few things. If I'm honest, and again, I feel like I'm gossiping, but most of the things in there are a touch peculiar in a, God, you gotta just don't turn with your shoulders. It's creepy. Most of the stuff in there is a little off-putting, but again, it's I'm not there to speak to everybody's taste, but I ended up picking. He made a little train set, and I picked it up for the boys. We still have it, but he used to at one point. I know he tried to break away. He tried to do some whittling. He tried to make some carvings and stuff, sort of expound. He didn't. He doesn't really have an eye for nature, let's say. I know that he has dolls are something that he does, and I just, sometimes I think, oh goodness, here I go again. Sometimes I think that if someone is doing something for so long, you would think that eventually they would get good at it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem to be the case for Mr. Blinsky.
Okay.
But, I can't speak for everybody. You all might go in there and love it. So, just don't say that I said anything when you go in there.
Would
Thank
not
you.
dream of it. No.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. If you all need anything, you let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't ask before because you all seem to be in a rush. And I probably ought to. Okay, 2 things. 1, would you like turn down service?
Oh, turn down service.
Or just
I
like
can turn down enough of my life.
cleaning the room up if you need to.
Oh,
I'm sure that I'm not saying that y'all are dirty or anything. It's just that
No,
you
I
want
just
me to
didn't
go
know what
make.
turn down service
If
No,
was.
you
yeah,
go,
yeah, I already didn't
if
know.
you want me to, make up the bed or something. I don't know again how long you all are staying or anything, but if you all are going to be keeping the room for a couple of days, I can go in there and I can make up the bed.
we'll be here for at least 2 more days.
At least.
Okay, so yes to the bed making or
I
no?
don't think it's necessary for you to go in there. You do enough work as it is.
And I don't see the point if we're gonna get in bed anyways while we make the bed back
How about
up.
this? If we need that service, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second thing, and I'm trying to. You all are staying with us, so I'm just double checking. Are your friends okay?
Oh, have you seen them?
Did
Did-
not come back?
Have they not come back yet?
Or left?
Have
Or left? Have they
You
left?
all saw them since this morning, though, right?
No. We went down to the
Oh, no.
barrens and they never came. We haven't seen them since we left
Uh,
this morning.
Well, I tell you what. Maybe you should go try and check on them.
Upstairs?
No, they haven't come back
They
either.
left, so they
That
left.
is, it can
Okay.
sometimes be a little bit forceful, and it seemed like he got a little handsy with your lady friend. And I'm not exactly sure what happened. All I know is that Erwin asked me to lock the door afterward. We saw it out the window, and it didn't seem super pleasant, but the last time Erwin tried to step in with Isaac, oh my, there's something going on with your eye there. I apologize. I don't mean to upset anybody. But I wanted to make sure that everything was okay.
So let me see if I get this right. They were picked up to go see the Baron, correct?
Yes. Isaac came back.
Yeah. They went on the purple on. I cannot find her. Where is she?
In the wind.
She's gone.
She's just in the little bit of the wind.
The purple armed dude. There she is.
There she is.
The big purple armed scary dude that couldn't go to
So-
the church. That is it.
Picked up. He got handsy.
Australian for a minute.
Did they run away?
Well, it looked like they were making their way off towards
Towards the Barons?
the manor. I know that Mr. Rictavio also went off after him. It seemed like he got involved a little bit when it started to get a little heavy. And I just, again, Erwin asked me not to intervene. I apologize. That's all the information that I have.
It's fine. They
It's
can
okay,
handle
it's not
themselves.
you. They can handle themselves.
They can handle themselves.
Okay. Okay. Well, again, if there's anything you need from us, you let us know.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Of
you very
course,
much.
Thank you.
One more thing. Would you like to take our order?
She had to give
We
us
already got
food.
her food.
Oh, did she? I thought she.
Yeah, we already got
I
it.
thought we were talking to her before she had actually taken our order.
No, she brought the food.
She
Yeah, we got it.
brought us sandwich.
We ate.
You guys ate. I just sit here.
Yes. See. So, we got a lot to do. We got to find.
I'm starting to love this place.
Don't like this. It's not.
I like
it's-
some of the people. I like the people that are here, but all
like
the people
the-
that are in charge can suck it.
Yes. We need to find them. And we need to find Milovich. And we need to find these bones from Milovich if he took them. If he didn't, then we need to find the person who took them. And I'm really curious about this wizard and the dragon place.
Well, we kind
Although
of
that could
don't
be
know
the
when or if Melovich will even show up because we don't know where he is.
What if we just go Milovich around the street?
I think that would be calling.
too.
I think we call enough attention to ourselves just by our
By
presence.
him
It's the pink hair and the change of color hair.
I
isn't it?
mean,
and the scarecrow.
Yeah, he blends in. He just stands still and he basically disappears.
we're a couple of misfits.
Really?
Really
doing
hate
that.
you.
What is that? Oh, do you hear my jaw popping?
So what happened? What's next?
What is next? We need to go find them, or do you want to find Milovich?
I'm really concerned about Arena.
And
She's so darn skittish.
she very much is. And he can get a bit temperamental sometimes.
I mean, we can always make our way back to the Barons and see if they're still there, or because what time did we go this morning?
It's probably around 7:30.
In the morning. That's early.
And then we came out and back-ish,
They weren't there yet.
and they weren't there yet.
We were there for what, an hour and a half?
2
Yeah.
hours.
2 hours
And then
with
2 hours with making the
craft
crafts.
making.
Yeah.
It's at 9. We're at 11ish now.
We went to the
They
church.
could still be there. It's possible.
It's possible they're discussing.
Based on the math of this timeline, I'm going to say it's late lunch that you all had.
Okay.
Okay.
Copy that.
So it's probably like 2-ish
2-ish
after
now.
you all are done eating.
Okay, well then that is a very long conversation then.
But
If they're still
between
there.
eating and the conversation we just had with the hostess, would you say this counts as like a short rest since I'm not eating? I'm just kind of sitting here.
Sure.
I'm just gonna run upstairs really quick to where their room was,
Okay.
and I'm gonna knock. Irina? It's Mark.
Nobody comes to the door. You don't hear anything. There's no noises coming from inside.
Nobody home. Okay. I would like to. What are we gonna do? We can wait,
Well,
or we can go,
because they.
or
Here's the thing.
we split the party.
No.
Is she behind the bar?
Yeah, she went back behind the bar.
I'm gonna get up and go talk to her for a second.
Okay.
Lydia, right?
No, that Lydia's the Baron wife.
Oh,
Her name is. Danica.
Danica.
yeah. Danica,
Yeah.
can you do us a little bit of a favor?
Oh, yeah.
If a young, I think he's young, boy comes in, Milovich, do you know who Milovich is?
Oh, I've seen. Yeah. Sometimes he comes around and gets some food.
Okay, we're waiting. If you see him or you have seen him, and you can let us know where he is. But we put some word out to get him to come talk to us. So if he comes in here, can you just like tell him that we'll be right back?
Well, sure. Usually he comes in in the evening. He picks up some bread and stuff. He takes it off to the kids. Yeah, if I see him, if I see him, I'll tell him you all are looking for it.
Okay, so he usually comes in, but he comes in here in the evenings.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's not. He comes in here and you know. He's a good boy. He takes care of those kids, and we like to give him whatever food we can spare, to just to make sure that they're fed and everything.
Well, here, I'm gonna give her 2 gold,
Okay.
and say whatever this will give them extra, for that tonight. Will you?
Oh,
give
well,
them-
absolutely. You don't need to do this. We'll take
no,
care of those
no.
kids.
You say it's just what you can spare, and I completely understand you're running a business and all of that, and you're very kind. I want to make sure that they have enough.
Yes.
She wells up a little bit. She says, "You know what? I'm gonna make him a roast. I'm gonna take this money. I'm gonna make him a roast. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you."
You're welcome.
It's giving bar comments.
Okay.
Hello, Cat.
Oh, hell.
So we're going to get Arena and correct. That is where
We want to stop at the toy shop on our way?
the toy shop.
Yes. Blinsky's.
Blinsky's.
I want to know where he learned what a train was, because I haven't seen one around here, because we walked everywhere.
Someone's been called out.
So where are you all going?
Making our Barovia a lot easier than the train stations.
Find the arena and
We're going to go find the. We're going to go to the Baron's house
Yeah.
to check and see if maybe that they're still there or
Oh,
like
I
in the
don't want to talk to them.
First of all, let's make sure that they got there.
vicinity. Yes.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing that I kind of want to do. Just because I remember trying to find my brother in the woods when we would play hide and seek and stuff. I kind of want to check out the ground and see if I can see Big Boy's footprints.
When you all walk outside?
Yeah.
Well, right when you first walk out the door, Thatch walks out and there's a big old pit and there's spikes in it. Thatch is dead. I want you to do a survival check.
KO.
I will on this stream.
You put him next to the computer.
He put himself next to the
There it is.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah.
Somebody just want to sit here?
Survival.
I will. Push a button. Button. Button.
Button. Who's got the button?
Button.
Buttons.
That was a 12.
Then I won't have to
14.
squint to see
Hmm?
14.
the comments. Vampire in the castle. But they draw the
The
line in ghosts.
the area right outside the front door of the Blue Water is very well traveled.
You do make out some larger footprints,
Yeah.
but they sort of blend in with all of the other footprints that go in through here. You could follow them if you wanted to,
Sure.
because when you look at them, they do go off in the direction of the Baron's house. But you're also aware that he also walked that way with you all earlier.
Are there any signs of a scuffle?
So these streets are cobblestone.
Okay.
There's some dust that you're picking up on.
Right. Okay.
In terms of like a scuffle, and with a 14, you probably can't really discern one thing from another.
Okay. I'm just paranoid. Barons.
Okay,
Go
let
to
us
Barons.
go.
We just got a raid. Hello, raiders.
Hello, Raiders!
Consumer break. You all are making your way to the Baron's.
The Baron's house.
So you cross the
The
street.
Barons.
You cross the street and take the road that goes south, past Blinsky's and up to the gate of the house. The gate is shut. The front door is shut. The dogs are no longer in the front yard.
Greetings,
There's
are you
no one
scared
that you
greetings?
can see immediately as you make your way to the manor of the Baron.
Baron's manor.
Banner. The
Banner.
banner. Where is she? There she is. Let us count how many
I don't
times
know.
Anna can lose Eris.
You're talking enough. It's not surprising that you are losing it. What do we do? Lock gate. Or, it's a shut gate.
Shut the gate.
Is that one of the Barons?
Do you
Yeah.
have locate object?
I do not.
Spells. Who's got the spells?
I've got spells, but not enough.
I
do
just-
you have anything that I can actually do?
I just have defensive spells.
I don't
Offensive.
have
I mean, is there a way we can just knock on the door?
I mean, we could, but I just.
I have invisibility.
Wait, is the gate is locked?
There's a large iron gate
Yeah.
that is shut, that
Okay.
was opened earlier, that
Alright.
Isaac opened earlier and left open.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is shut now, and the front doors are also shut. There's probably about 30 yards between the gate, or no, that's too much. There's probably like 15 yards
Okay.
between the gate and the door.
You have thaumaturgy. Go knock on the door.
I have thaumaturgy. Knocking on them.
She used that before?
I have not.
She has not used thaumaturgy, but I used it. I was a tiefling at one point. I know what thaumaturgy is.
What's the range on it?
30 feet.
30 feet.
If you said 15 yards, that's
15 times 3 is 45.
45 yards.
You can still make a loud noise in the yard.
Yeah, hello!
That's not how thaumaturgy works, but...
Your voice booms up to 3 times as
Oh.
loud as
It
normal.
is how
thaumaturgy works.
So you just yell hello and then echo it with your thaumaturgy.
Please, harmless tremors in the. No, I'm kidding. What's his name? Baron! Lydia! What's his name? Isaac!
After a few minutes, the door opens. It's Lydia. She sort of says, Hi!
Hello!
Sorry to bother you. But did our friends stop by? They haven't been back to the inn yet, and we're a little worried about them.
Sorry, your friends?
The Burgermeister.
The Burgermeister and his sister.
The Burgermeister. I haven't seen anyone.
Blonde hair. Guys, the blonde hair. The girl's dark skin, really long black hair.
Has your husband seen anyone?
After us.
I can go ask, but I haven't. No one's come into the house since you all left this morning.
Where's your manservant with the funny arm?
Isaac. Where is Isaac?
Isaac.
What?
Isaac.
I haven't. I don't think I've seen Isaac since he left the house this morning.
Don't like this.
I don't like this either.
Insight check.
Okay.
I don't think they can.
Guidance.
Don't think they made
They
it.
were, yeah, because they were he was waiting for
I'm
them.
rolling very well tonight.
You're rolling very well tonight.
22 plus 3, so 25 total.
At 15 yards, with her yelling, 25 total. She seems nervous. More nervous than she was this morning when she was surrounded by her lady friends. But it doesn't... I mean, that's... 25, very nervous is what... She just has... She's got a little shake to her voice. She just seems nervous.
She seems that's kind of, I feel like how she lives her life.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I think that's just her demeanor right now because it's crazy.
Mental Institute is to be in.
Is there anywhere that Isaac frequents? Or
Well-
do you know where he lives?
Well, Isaac lives here. He's got a room upstairs. He frequents everywhere. He's the head of the city guard, so he has to be everywhere.
Will you do me a favor and tell your husband that the king of the festival would like to speak with him?
I believe that
She's the king of the parade.
that Vargas is he's in his study. I believe he's working, but I'll the next time he's out, I will let him know.
She's not going to
Oh,
barge in her husband. She's scared.
But she's scared of it. She won't until he comes out. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry
Any
to
other-
bother you.
It's okay.
Oh, it's no bother. And she closes the door.
So they never made it here.
So I think we need to go back to the inn and see if anybody outside saw what happened or what was going on.
Did Danica say like which way they went after the squabble?
I don't.
Did she?
She didn't say.
said she's.
Did
She
they
did
go
not.
together? Did
Yes,
they all three still end up going the same way?
I think so. We can go back and double check.
Well, don't forget that Rictavio also joined
Yeah,
them.
that's
Yes.
true. That's true. Don't you have Victavio's card?
Yeah,
He handed you his card.
didn't he?
What information is on
I
his
forgot
card?
that that's who Rictavio was.
Yeah.
So I asked if you could call him Rick. He said no. I asked if we could call him Tavio. He said no.
Yeah.
He did give me his card, didn't he? What does it say?
Rick Tavia.
That's it.
That's all it says.
What's about in the back?
No, it's just plain.
Okay, so it gives very G business card.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says Rick Tavio in a very fancy, embossed, gold-leafed font. It's not black on black like G's card, but it has the same amount of information on it.
I was hoping there was like a pat 3 times on the ground and I will appear type deal, but I guess not.
If we go to sleep, I can get locate object.
It is
Well,
middle of day.
Let's go back to the inn, the outside of the inn, and see if we can't find any
Anybody
idea
who saw what happened.
saw what that happened, or we can find any like clues on to which way they went.
Okay. So make our way back to the inn. Go to anyone who's outside the inn and ask around to see if anybody saw what happened.
Sure. Is Willow the only person who's going to be asking around?
I'll be asking around to you.
Let's do general, you can choose persuasion
Okay.
or insight to ask around.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you need
I
to.
want to waste it.
I think you
I
need
have
to-
this. I'm gonna use this.
I've got 15.
Okay.
My dice hate me today.
Oh, Gary.
They always hate me, but it's a 9.
A 9 and a 15. Persuasion or insight?
Insight.
I
Persuasion.
did persuasion.
Okay. Gary, you talked to a handful of people who seem a little quizzical. They're a little confused as to who you are and what you're asking about. You don't really get any information. Nobody really seems to know. When you bring up Isaac, people sort of shut down a little bit. But general just confusion is what you got. With a 15, you get about the same thing.
There is one person who tells you that they saw Isaac much more recently than you did.
Okay.
But other than like seeing him because he stands out, they didn't really have very much information.
Okay. They didn't know which direction
He
walked off
they
to.
they were walking around the manor and saw him go inside.
Okay.
They didn't really have any more information other than that.
Thatch.
Yes.
Do you know how to turn into a dog?
I can turn into pretty much any animal you can think of that you see.
Well, I have this card that smells a lot like Rictavio, who was with them. Do you think you could sniff him out?
He'd be a big puppy, though.
No. I catch one of any,
Oh, okay.
any size animal I want.
Do you have the distinct nose as a dog when you're turned into a
Let's
dog?
take a look here. Hold on. I have a list of every larger thing.
While Thatch takes a look to see what he can do, we're going to take a quick break while we come back to the Blue Water Inn. Before we take our quick break, when you all walk in, Danica comes. So the power went out. It came back on. We're doing a short break, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll just pick up from right where we left off.
Spooky, scary, spooky.
Thank you for hanging out. I don't know why the power went out. The storm came through earlier. But yeah, okay, so we're back. We got it figured out. Nothing happened, obviously, after you all cut out because all the power was gone. But we left off with several threads that are only being unraveled further. But they have made their way back to the Blue Water Inn, asked around about Izek, gotten very little information. But when Willow walks back in, Danica comes up to her and says, "I'm sorry, I completely forgot earlier. This package came for you. It's just a little sack here." And she hands it to you. She says, I don't even know. It just showed up with your name on it. Couldn't tell you."
Package for me. Gang?
Get your head out of
Wait, whose name's on the package?
Open it. Me.
Open it. No, maybe we should go somewhere private.
Open it.
Maybe we should go somewhere private.
Check it for traps.
Yeah, I was like, check it for traps.
We don't know what
It's a sack? Just
Small pouch, about this size.
okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Open it.
3, 2, 1. That just
You open it. On the inside, there is a thin woven chain and a pendant on it about this big. It is this shaped, whatever this shape is,
Like a
curved
like a
diamond shape,
football?
like a little football shape, and it has very intricate silver lining, almost like carved smoke. And on the very inside, there is a very clear glass center. And there's no note, there's nothing on it, but you have that.
That's empty. No note. Car gone. You could have died. You could have been seen. I'm sorry. Just,
You're lucky
That's
I
it.
don't put bars on your window, Ronald Weasley.
That's a happy birthday present. But also, where did it come from?
but also, where did it come from? Does this symbolize anything to me? Do I recognize anything
Would you
about
like
it?
to do some sort of check?
I would like to try to do a religion check.
Religion check? Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, 1. That.
It's disturbing. It just like,
Two, DK says, I like that Anna is learning the consequences of her character choices. Hose be cold.
I'll never get cold!
but a horde is blessed.
But a whore is blessed,
Thank
so I have been blessed by Yesik, so I feel like now that I am blessed, I have to be cold.
Jesus, with all the 4s. That's 18 religion plus 2, so 20.
Dirty
20.
There's not religiously. You don't really have any knowledge that
Yes, because-
seems pertinent to this. There doesn't
Yes, we
seem
do.
to be any sort of religious symbolism on it, other than just like the. There's no, as you look it over, there's no etchings other than like the light artistic smoke that sort of encases this glass center. Not a whole lot speaks to you religiously about what this is.
Carrie, do you have anything that will sense magic on this?
I do.
Anybody?
May I see it for a minute?
Sure.
I'm just going to sit down and concentrate with it for a few minutes and ritually cast detect magic.
In your ear, you hear a mocking choo choo. It is giving off a magical aura.
Okay. Do I know what school it is? I'm sorry. It is literally the spell, man.
It is detect magic. Derek's like,
Choo
trying to discover my secrets.
In my worlds, detect magic does not tell you the school.
In my world, everyone's a pony, and they all eat rainbows and poop butterflies.
That's beautiful, Katie.
Oh fuck.
I like how she says the whole thing open facing her. The whole thing of cupcakes. By the way, you guys missed it on break. Yesterday was Taylor's birthday. So everyone wish Taylor a happy birthday and give her inspiration in some way, shape, or form.
I need all the help I can get. I turned 27.
I'll turn 22 in February.
Babies. All of you.
The school of magic is necromancy.
Necromancy.
Well, shit.
Oh,
I turned 39 in 2 weeks.
Are you sure it's 39?
Yes. I'm very aware of how old I am right now.
The pendant gives off necromancy vibes.
I heard it.
So this gives off some dead vibes.
No, that's not what I said.
This has some necromancy type magic involved in it.
Great.
Unfortunately, I cannot identify it for you.
Necromancy seems very opposite of you.
I mean, I can cast necromantic spells, but
Put it on, see what it does.
There's nothing wrong with necromancy.
Put it on.
no, it helps bring people back to life.
YOLO.
Put it on.
YOLO.
Not when it has necromantic properties. Plus,
YOLO.
It doesn't have necromantic properties. The school of magic related to its magical essence is necromancy.
YOLO.
what's the difference?
You did a religious check.
I did.
You got a dirty 20.
Yes, it did.
There were no bad vibes coming off of it.
Okay.
YOLO.
It's a birthday gift. Don't be suspicious.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. And don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I'll put it on.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Do I have to attune to it?
Nothing happens when you put it on. You probably do need to tune to it. You can add the item in your D&D Beyond. It is called Sanguis Vitae.
Sanguis Vitae.
Yes, I made this.
Can you say that in a sentence, please?
This pendant's name is Sanguis Vitae, which is Latin for
Life.
something about life.
Yeah, Vitaeus.
You said sanguis?
Sanguis.
Can I read it aloud for everybody?
Please.
Sure, I know.
Okay. This small, intricately designed crystal lays on a
Period.
chain of mithril. The vial, it's supposed to be a vial, but I'm guessing it's a crystal.
I told you what it looks like.
Yes, you did. Can hold a single drop of blood. The drop of blood holds the life essence of the individual that it belongs to. The drop of blood can be retrieved through a small needle in the pendant, after which the essence can be seen in suspended animation within it. The blood donor loses 1 HP, and the total HP is reduced by 1. And its total HP is reduced by 1. When the donor falls to 0, the essence within the pendant evaporates and immediately returns its owner, bringing them back to life. That's cool. That's kind of badass, thank you.
But from a logistical thing, do they just come back to 1 HP?
I just
or-
come back to 1 HP.
But that's enough.
I give it blood.
Well, I think it's anyone. Or does it?
It said the owner.
No, it says donor. Blood
Oh,
donor.
Donor, not owner.
But it would be her
It could be me, it could be you.
thing.
Couldn't be me.
You have
You
no
don't-
blood.
Yeah, you don't have blood. You got straw.
Can I donate straw?
I'm just seeing straw.
I mean, if you want, you can pop that needle out and just start stabbing at it, but I don't think it's going to do anything.
Would you not?
Hey, stop it! Could you not?
That's just annoying.
Up, 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 up. There you go.
Equipment it goes. Thank you very much. It is a wondrous item. Does not seem I have to attune to it. I can just wear it. Okay.
There are there's no one in the Blue Water Inn when you get back there.
Okay. And Blue says the pretty necklace. You got the pretty necklace. I got the pretty crystal.
I need to put my shoes back on.
Feet cold now.
My feet are cold now. They were sweaty. Now they're cold.
Ugh. Okay.
What
so
now?
We are back at the
Good
Blue
freaking
Water
question.
Inn. We need to.
The power going out threw me. I forgot that we were on a very important mission.
In outer space.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at my feet. I just.
Thatch has blood. It's just not his own. He soaked up a bunch from the dead kid.
No!
DK. You.
DK, why do you constantly traumatize me?
Rip. I don't know what to do. Should we wait?
Well, no, I don't think we should wait.
What time is it right
to
now?
do. It's probably 2:30, 3 o'clock.
We went up to check their room, correct?
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knocked on it,
Was
but we
there
didn't go
stuff
in.
still in their room?
She didn't.
She
We
didn't go
didn't
in.
check inside. I didn't check inside. I just knocked on it.
I'm gonna go open the door and look
Don't
inside.
have the key, do we?
You do not have the key.
I thought you said these doors don't lock.
Did I say that?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
I
talked
ju-
about you just about having a key to a room, and you're like, they don't have locks.
Oh, period. Are you rethinking that now?
Yeah, I don't know why I would have said that.
I said I think I was trying to give my key to Gary the other session, and you said that they didn't have keys.
It's weird that I would say that. They definitely have keys. Why would you pay for an inn in this fully not
Yeah,
private?
not be able to lock my dang room.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. They definitely lock. I don't know what I was
don't
talking
know,
about.
Done. You got me. I'm fumbled.
Got me there. Yeah, check the room.
Can we just
Is
like?
thaumaturgy a cantrip for you?
Huh?
Can't you knock it open?
It's a cantrip, yeah.
You can't, I
Only
don't think you
unlock.
can knock it open.
Oh
Knock is a
no,
spell.
after the appearance, your eyes in 1 minute instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
Unlocked.
Unlocked door.
Oh, an unlocked door.
We're assuming because he's saying that he doesn't want to, why he wouldn't put locks on the door, that the door is going to be locked when we try it.
Just try the door.
Remember what we were doing before the power went out?
Yes.
You were asking about
We were
Isaac.
we were asking around for Isaac.
I was specifically asking you if you could turn into a dog
Oh, yes, I
Yes.
and sniff around for
Yeah. My guy. And he was gonna check to see what he could do.
can. Yes.
And then I was getting my birthday gift.
Rictavio.
Thank you, DM.
Rictavio.
Rictavio.
It genuinely didn't occur to me that if I gave you something, you'd all be suspicious about it. And then you had to ask me about what school of magic it was, and it turns out that it was the scary one that nobody likes.
Yep.
I don't know why you're scared
I
of
wasn't
necromancy,
suspicious,
though.
but I knew meta that you were giving birthday
Yeah.
gifts. So.
Yeah, yes, actually I can.
Do you want to try that?
Let's try to track.
Sure. So,
Come here, Daddy!
what I'm going to do is I'm going to first cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to drop. And then I'm going to. You're gonna see me like. You've seen me kind of go on all fours before going to a bear, but this time it's a very relatively large dog. A giant mastiff appears in front of me.
You're the angel. Tell me, little
A very dark canvas mastiff.
Very cute.
Somehow, still slobber.
Still slobber.
Don't drink water. Still slobbers.
Come here, Dad. Come smell the car.
And then I'm gonna smell the card and see if I can't
Sure.
pick up that sign.
Do a perception check, a smell check.
All right. And with mastiffs, they have advantage on
Yep.
perception that relies on either hearing or smelling.
Okay.
One, so it's a 9. It's worse.
You got guidance.
As the gods intended.
So that's a total of 15.
15.
Could be worse.
That was very shitty for me.
The small card does have a scent. Not much of one. It's been collecting Gary's musk. But with a 15, you can pick up Rictavio's trail. It's very prevalent in the Blue Water Inn. And
Thank you.
after about 15-ish minutes of sort of this large burlap dog sort of just making rounds, just sort of walking around the Blue Water Inn, the just sniffing around, you do pick up a light scent that sort of goes toward that's the center of town. And as you all make your way in there, you end up losing it because there are actually quite a few people out in the town square where the large wicker pumpkin, as well as several of the other pumpkins that you all were putting together earlier this morning, have been placed. It's a very festive looking town square here. If you can imagine some weird mix between like the front main street of like Disneyland during Halloween time, where they've got the big Mickey pumpkin, as well as like a Halloween Town vibe. That's a lot of what this is giving off. And there are quite a few people about. It doesn't look like they're really doing anything, but it's sort of the mid-afternoon. People are just outside. Sort of observing the new decorations and things that were put up. But in that, I wouldn't say it's like a mass of people. There's probably 25 or 30 people. But somewhere in that, with a 15, you sort of lose that scent, sort of here in the center of town.
If I know that I lost it, can I try to go back to where I last sensed it and try to regain my bearing?
It led you here. You can go back up the street and try to pick it back up. I'm going to give you disadvantage because of all the people that are around, so it would just be a straight roll.
Okay. 10.
It's difficult. There's a lot of smells going on.
Okay.
Well, even if we didn't find him, we at least have a general area now. And my assumption is that they're not going to be with him, but at least he might be able to tell us
That's
where.
where they are.
What way they went.
I miss where they went.
Maybe where is their token?
Can I
pat you at the
can I
head.
give a scan of the crowd? Do Tabio around?
You can make a perception check.
You're gonna chase your burlap tail now.
Mastiffs don't really. They're big boys. They don't really chase their tails.
It's a 10.
Cat at work chased his tail.
Yeah, but mastiffs don't
Cats
really
don't-
have tails.
don't
They
have
got
tails.
nubbins.
Megan, look up.
Chased his
Oh,
nose.
Look up
sorry, he does
Mastiff
have
in
tails.
D&D
Mastiffs have tails.
Do they?
and
Yes.
tell me that.
I don't know. DK has one.
if-
DK, do mastiffs have tails? I think
Tell
they
me
do.
that Gary would not be
Yeah.
trying to
Well,
ride
some do,
the
some
Mastiff
don't.
right
It just
now.
depends. I got a 10.
Yeah, a 10.
Yes.
There's a lot of people.
His does. Okay.
Rick
mastiffs have
Tavio
tails.
definitely would stand out in this crowd. A lot of these people are wearing dull-colored clothes, and Rick Tavio definitely does not wear dull-colored clothes. The one time, the when you saw him this morning, he had on a bright purple coat. He's also quite loud.
Hang on. Did he give us a last name?
No, just Octavio.
Colorful person. Colorful building. Business.
Well, he runs like circuses.
Strange. That's true.
He also said he was just visiting.
That is true. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
That was a good thought, though.
But yeah, with a 10, Rick Tavio's, you can't really, tell. But
Knowing
No
that
idea.
I lost
Chases
his
it
scent,
all
can I
the
try
time,
to
yeah.
listen to see if I hear his loud ass mouth?
sure.
Because you said he's a very boisterous, loud person, right?
Where did he say their tents were parked up?
He didn't have any right now.
Okay.
Same thing both times. 13.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on here. There's some kids, just like a smattering of kids that are making some noise, and just people just chatting away. You don't really pick anything up Rictavio related.
Can I look around for specifically a like group that look like they're like really intently watching something, or like very excited, like maybe he's performing on the street or whatever? And like
Sure.
an area
Make
where
a
there are
perception
people.
check.
9.
Gosh.
We're doing so well.
Everybody seems to be not necessarily intently looking. Most of these people are just milling about. There's not a whole lot of specific determination in anything that anybody's doing.
Can I look for any like groups of kids, maybe groups of orphan kids, to see if they?
If you would like, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because children are the best at watching things.
Yes.
Oof.
So close.
Was it the perception? Yeah, it's a 4.
A 4.
You're doing so well.
You honestly, there's a lot going on. You're much more interested in the dog than the children.
He's a little baby. He's a good master.
He's just a little
He's
bird
just a
outside.
baby.
Just a baby. Just a baby. Crap. We get so close and it just.
I know, it just disappears.
Maybe this is our sign to look for
I
knowledge.
say, do we see any signs of Izek in this area?
Mm-hmm.
And the big boys.
And a big boys, also no itty bitty boys. Is it, with all of the perception checks that you all have made, I won't make you roll them again, nobody is really sticking out.
Okay.
Cool. Cool.
Oh my gosh. Crap. I don't know what to do except go back to the inn and wait.
Oh.
Have you changed back?
No.
Still a puppy.
Did you baby? I don't know what
That
to
or
do.
we just walk around and hope we bump into something.
Someone.
I say we could keep walking through the town square and see if
See if anything sticks out.
we walk through and see if anything.
Okay. Do you want to take the long way back to the inn?
Well, here's the map. Here's the town square.
Mhm.
It's not a huge place.
Right.
No.
Just like keep walking through the town square, like in the same general direction that we like came from.
So you all came from up here.
Mhm.
There's a road that goes down to the south, and there's a road that goes east. When you all first came in during the night,
Yeah.
you came
Yeah,
in from
you
this
were-
gate
yeah.
and came through the town and then straight up to the inn.
Question for myself. Where were the kids? The orphan kids?
The orphan.
playing? Yeah, but we read about
Right about there.
Okay, because I got the map in here from where I. Orphan. I like to keep track.
Why not we go back east a little bit and take a long loop
Back toward the
and
inn.
just keep a close eye out and see if we can pick up on anything,
I agree.
either by sight or by ear.
I agree.
That's you okay staying a dog so that way you can listen and sniff? Thank you.
You're a good boy.
Kinda
Do you want
like,
to stop at the toy
he kind of
shop?
like rubs his head up against you, but almost like knocks you over a little bit.
Do you want this squeaky toy? Hey, squeak, squeak.
He's still Thatch.
At least he doesn't talk. Choo choo!
I think my big mastiff head had just rammed into her head.
I will have a perception check from everyone.
Okay.
If you would like, if you're keeping an eye out for anything specific, please let me know before you roll the dice.
I want to do my specific check is going to be I want to sniff the air if for any, as we're traveling, if I smell anyone that I've smelt before.
Okay. Have you smelt? Have you done a smell check before?
I mean, I would still recognize odors that of people that I've known before, right? I mean, I sniffed his card, but like.
We've been in close enough vicinity with
Arena and Ismark.
Yeah.
It's long enough to.
like maybe not Isaac, but
If you you have done a sniff check for Rictavio. If you want to specifically keep looking out for Rictavio, you'll get your sniff advantage. If you want to be sniffing for anybody else that you haven't sniffed for before, it's going to be a disadvantage, so it's just straight roll.
Fine. I'll do Rictavio.
Okay.
And the look.
I'm just keeping an eye out.
I'm gonna continue to look for kids, orphan
God damn it.
groups. Please don't let me down.
I'm looking for any.
Nat 20! Nat 20!
So look for kids.
I am.
Look for children.
Look for children. I'm looking for any hide or tail clues of Arena and Ismark.
Okay.
I got an 18 on my sniff check for
Rictavio.
Rictavio.
I got a 10 for just looking.
Okay.
Just straight looking.
I got an 18.
An 18.
An 18 to keep an eye out for Arena and Ismark.
Sure. So as you all make your way east,
Yeah.
out of town, not out of town, out of the town square, natural 20 for kids,
Orphan
which
groups,
is a
groups.
natural 20, so it's just going to be a general perception check. An 18,
Yes.
and what did Thatch got a 18 for Rictavio, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will say it is not lost on anyone, even Gary, that as you all make your way through here, one of the things that you didn't notice necessarily at night when you rolled through here the first time is that the stocks that the Baron was talking about are located on this side of the town square. There are 10 stocks that sort of line both sides of the road. All but one of them is filled. Men, women, kids, they're just chilling. It looks like there have been some the fantasy equivalent of sun sails set up over top of these stocks. So nobody's getting like sunburnt and dehydrated or anything. But it's definitely not a comfortable position to be locked in here like this. The kids that are in the stocks do have a box that they're standing on. They're not just dangling. But yeah, there's 9 folks that are being punished for something or other, and it looks like most of them are just being quiet. Some of them eyeball you all as you all walk past. Natural 20 and a general 18 and a natural 20 will get you anything. So if we find something, you're going to figure it out. 18 for Ismark and Irina. You don't really get anything specific.
No sun. Still has sun shield.
There's not a whole lot to notice. It seems it's not quite as quiet when you all went on the northern road, but it's still just about that quiet. A couple of instances when you hear a door slam as you all are walking through. Thatch, as you are walking through here, sniffing away for Rictavio, you do pick the scent back up. You are going in the correct direction. And when you come to the fork in the road, you can either go to the northwest or east, back to the gate that you all came in the first time you entered Vallaki. The smell is coming from the easterly direction. Natural 20, you notice Eris. And it's you didn't pick it up at first because you were looking for kids, but the second time it happens, it sort of perks your ears up a little bit. You see a couple drops of blood on the cobblestones.
The first time you saw it, it could have been anything. The second time you saw it, that's probably blood. And you see the second drop, and it is just a single drop of blood. When Thatch sort of motions to go to the right when you come to this fork in the road, and it also goes to the right.
I think we should go to the right, back to the entrance. He says so, and he's got the big old sniffer, and there's a trail of, there's just a little blood spot right there.
Blood spot?
Blood right there.
Oh.
Don't you see
And it's
it?
just
On the
a
cobble?
single drop
Little
of
blood.
almost congealing.
Is it because she points it out? I'm gonna go over and like kind of sniff it a little bit. Is it the smell of is it Ricavio's type blood?
It does not smell like Rictavio.
Okay. Off to the right.
That means we're going back towards the gate from where we entered.
Yes. All right, everyone.
Gary, you good with that?
I'm good with that. Let's
Okay.
go.
All right, everyone, eyes peeled.
Thatch, you follow the smell until you come up to.
If the blood is stronger than Ricavio's, I probably would switch to the blood. Like if that's gonna give if it's gonna be a more potent smell, because like bloodhounds are.
Your nose, yeah, your nose is take over the most.
You can follow both.
Okay.
Because they both seem to be going to the same place.
Okay.
You follow it until you get to a wooden gate that blocks off entrance to a large stockyard that you all saw when you came up. It just seems to be like a storage area. There's some crates. There's a couple of wagons. It looks like there might be some horses in there. But it's a chained and locked gate, and sort of loosely hanging. It looks like one of the hooks broke off. There's a sign off to the right that says Arasek Stockyard.
Can you spell that?
Arasek.
Arasek.
A-R-A-R-A-E.
Arasek.
Yes. I'm dyslexic.
And that is this large space right here. The sign that's dangling does have a sign that says office and is pointing off to the left.
What do you smell, Thatch?
I kind of like
What is it? Stockyard?
bounce my head towards the direction that I'm following.
Lead the way.
Like, so you said the blood and the scent both lead into this place?
Yes, it through the gate.
Oh god.
All right.
Did Rictavio get stalked?
Well, we hope it's just stocked and not something else.
Stocks and stockyard are separate things. Stocks are like
Yeah.
you're getting punished.
Well,
A
how am I-
stockyard is a storage yard.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like crates and stuff.
That's it. Stock. Okay.
Yeah.
You said stocks earlier, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a graveyard,
I
like
apologize.
a stockyard.
No.
I'm like,
No.
okay, that's
It
kind
is
of
a
weird what I'm
Storage
saying.
thread.
Storage
Yeah.
area for goods
Thread
and
went
stuff
that
that
way.
needs to be.
I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
But like I am.
But
I was following. I was.
The train of thought never ended.
Not dumb.
The train of thought never ended,
Just
but the actual train.
Slow.
You know, you didn't know the difference. You're not used to this type of environment.
Even though I am a mastiff, I'm gonna kind of sit there and do the pointer thing to like point at the gate.
And point. Like from.
Alright.
Point.
All right.
Let's
so,
go.
but the gate is locked.
Yes, it is chained.
it's changed, but the smell is coming from that direction. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe we could try and go to the office, but I don't feel like they're going to let us in.
Or we could check the office to see if anybody's even there. We don't even know if anybody's
That's
working right
true.
now.
That's true. I mean, if I owned a stockyard, then there was blood and there was blood on their way in.
probably want to know.
Probably want to know.
Yeah. But then again, also this
But maybe they do know.
shady. That's why we have persuasion. And thieves' tools.
And I have an axe.
You have thieves' tools?
I do.
And you are a police.
You are the police?
You are the police?
I am the police.
You are a peace cleric with thieves' tools.
She's a peace cleric with thieves' tools because she keeps the peace no matter what.
Okay, yeah.
We
Let's
want to poke our head in the
to
office.
the office.
Okay.
You always
Let's
have to
poke
stop
our
at the
head in the
office
office. To the office then.
Sure. You walk over to it's a large building. It doesn't look like it's 2 stories, but it does stand a little bit taller than the other buildings around it. The door is propped open, and when you walk inside, it appears more like a general store. There's some goods. There's some like produce. There are some like general tools. There's just a smattering of everything in here. But it's a large ceilinged roof, and towards the back there is just what looks like a little stand. The word is escaping me.
Counter.
Counter.
Stand.
Okay, easy there, stocks.
Anybody around?
Not that you can see.
Can I
Easy there,
can I
train
listen
boy.
for a moment? Just
Choo
hear
choo.
any puttering around, rustles of paper.
You don't really hear anything.
Hello?
I'm not afraid to kick a dog, by the way.
No response.
Wouldn't like it.
Okay, let's go pick the gate open.
It's locked. I can't do it. Okay, let's go, peace cleric.
Is the door back?
Sorry. Are there any other entrances, I guess, like a hallway going further back, something that maybe might lead off to...
It's a pretty open
the
room.
stockyard
It
is.
looks like it takes up most of the building. Behind the counter, it does look like there's a doorway. It's not a closed door or anything.
Check it out, look around, or... Hello?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we want to?
I'm gonna go sit like by the front door and just like sit down as a dog.
Sneak,
Sure.
or I can yell hello again.
Well, I
Will already yelled.
Yeah,
Well, whispered.
I said a modest hello.
Trepidatious hello.
Yes. I'll go take a peek-sees.
Where?
But where that open door is. Behind the
Sure.
counter.
You look back there. It looks like there's a gentleman who's got his feet propped up on a desk, just full asleep.
Let's wake him up.
He's snoring.
Lightning up the butt. Wake him.
Guiding bolt up the butt. No.
Is there like a bell?
Does he have keys?
Make a perception check.
Does he got keys?
That's an 11 again. Perception, so that's a 15.
He does have a ring of keys on his belt.
Who's got the better sleight of hand and stealth?
Well, I actually missed
I
that.
have
That's pretty good.
disadvantage, so not me.
I've got the +2 on both.
I've got the +3 on sleight of hand. and stuff.
him up and ask him if we can go in.
Or we can just steal the keys.
I think we should have puppy.
We do have puppy.
He's sitting at the front door.
I'm just curious, what does Thatch have? Even though he can't do it because, puppy.
+5 to stealth and +3 to sleight of hand.
Oh, good. Good.
I'm all stuffy.
What does the dog have?
I'm small, we can try. If he wakes up, I can just be like, I'm sorry, I was just trying to
Wake you up.
poke you. I'm at that height anyway.
I hope you're whispering all of
Yes,
this.
I'm whispering this. I'm not allowed. See, that's the thing. I'm not allowed to whisper on the stream.
No.
Would you like to retrieve the keys?
I'm going to try and retrieve the keys.
Okay.
Seeing them scheming, I will kind of make my way back over to them, still in dog form.
Make a stealth check.
Or we can get Fetch to do it.
He's shaking his head no.
He's shaking his head no? Okay, never
Okay,
mind.
sorry, puppy.
Sorry, puppy.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Gary.
That's a 10.
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
Could have been worse. That's 5.
As Gary makes her way behind the counter and in through the door, she's doing like a heavy tiptoe, lifting her knees up, and when she walks in there, one of the floorboards underneath her just creaks. She stops. Everything seems okay. She goes up to him, and she gets hands on the keys, and they jingle and they pull a little bit. Until they just chink off his belt loop. And she has the keys.
Oh my god, so he's really worse than I am.
So now we just have to get you back to sleep again. We have to get back to us.
I'm going to hold the keys next to me so they don't jingle.
Titty.
That's what they're there for. Stealthy titties.
You have the keys.
I'm going to stare at the man. Is he still sleeping?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm just looking at Gary, I'm like,
Okay, now we run. He's like, go.
I can cause him dreadful visions.
Why do you want to do that? He's still asleep. We're fine. I can do it while he's asleep. We don't need to do that. We can just go.
With
want to cause chaos.
With those contacts and like your face paint and stuff right now, like it's like she kind of is a little evil.
Chaotic good.
It's yours. You do whatever you want with
It
it.
is yours. But the little willow on your shoulder says, don't do it.
Gary's already heading out the door.
Yeah, I'm right behind Gary. I'm like,
If he's still asleep when we leave, I'll do it.
Okay.
You all make your way back to the gate. It is chained.
okay. It's got a lock.
Actually, I'm lawful
It
evil.
is chained.
Oh, it's just chained.
It's chained. We just have the keys for no reason.
it's chained. That's what I mean. It's chained. It's been chained the whole time.
It's chained, but it's not locked.
I don't know what you all conjured up in your head, but I said chained.
Well, normally when somebody says chained,
It's chained
It
locked.
means chain locked.
That's true.
oh my goodness.
Will it open?
Do you pull the chain off?
Shake the
Yeah.
chain quietly.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can
Quietly.
reach it, but yes.
Yeah, you pull the chain off and it.
I said quietly.
You can quiet one chain,
One link
at a time.
Yes.
All right, fine. Make a stealth check.
No, not that one. Stealth.
Oh, who knows?
13 plus 2, 15.
Maybe the keys will come in handy if we need to
It
open
takes a
something.
minute, but it doesn't make that much noise.
Just as long as we give them back.
And that caused him dreadful vision.
Maybe perhaps we can, if things happen, we say, oh, we found these, and be like,
They were on the
"Yes,
ground.
they were
You
on the
are
ground.
just
must have lost them."
stupid.
Okay. We're going in. Let's go inside.
Yeah.
That
You all are
She's
now.
sleeping or dead.
You all are now in the stockyard. It's a pretty wide open area. It's mostly dirt. It's just like sort of trampled earth.
Do I still see the blood?
It's only been those couple of drops of blood. There hasn't been any more since then. There's several things to look in here.
Get up close to the mic.
If the Mastiff does want to make another check, you absolutely can.
Sniff. Use that sniffer. Ooh,
That
yeah.
is a 22.
22, yeah. The
smell of Rictavio is very potent in this area. You can smell both faded and fresh coming from here. And it seems to be coming from a very particular direction, off to the left side of the stockyard. It probably would have been obvious anyway, but now that Thatch is a mastiff is headed right toward it, there is a large covered, not a covered wagon, like a full wagon that is very colorful. I actually have a picture of it for you. Yeah. It says Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders right on the side. It is it's a very colorful wagon. It looks faded paints, but it's also very large. It sits very tall. It sits on big wheels. It looks very alluring, like it would draw people in. It also looks very used. But the smell leads right to it, and Thatch, as you get to the wagon, your ears perk up because you do hear some talking, and around the far side of the wagon, it looks like a pull-out awning has come out, and sitting underneath the awning is Rictavio with a Ismark laying on the ground.
A Ismark. Okay. Alina's gone. Let's go. You. Okay, let's go. Hello.
Well, actually, I'm gonna do like almost like a sit real quick. Like I'm gonna stop in place,
Sure.
and I want to try to listen and see what I can hear.
Oh, okay.
You said he was talking, right? Or there's
Yeah, they're having a conversation. You hear a little bit of it. What is happening?
Fine. Snooze the
No.
ad. Sorry, I just happened to see it.
You hear the conversation, and it's a little one-sided. Ismark is sort of breathing a little heavy, but Rictavio says, you should be ready to go here in just a few minutes. Now that you're catching your breath back, it seems like everything's okay. I'll help you do whatever you need to help to get your sister back. That was a close one. We almost had an incident on our hands. And Rictavio's he's heavy breathing. He's like, yeah.
Just poke my head around.
Sure.
Ismark?
Both of them sort of startle when you say something. And Ismark, once he sees the canvas mastiff and everybody sort of peeking their head around the corner, he sort of tries to step up. He looks super tired. He looks drained. He's very pale, and he sort of gets up on 2 feet. And Rictavio stands as well. He says, "Well, look who it is! Do you have something stored here as well?"
No.
No.
Oh,
We
okay.
We heard from the inn. What was her name?
Danica.
We heard from Danica that there seemed to be some trouble.
Oh, there was quite a bit of trouble. There's a little bit of a scuffle, even, I would say. That big guy, he straight took that girl. He said her name, and then he just straight picked her up. This one got all hot and bothered. He's got something going on. He started, I don't know, he was growling and doing some stuff, and it just seems pretty scary. So I brought him here to sort of cool down, so there wasn't like an incident or something.
I'm gonna go immediately to Ismark, and
Okay.
I'm gonna check his arm.
Sure.
The arm that I know got bit.
Oh, he got bit on his shoulder.
Sorry. His shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
Where it got bit.
Sure.
I don't know what I'm rolling.
I mean, you can just investigation or perception.
Either or, I got a nat 20.
Okay. When you run up to him, he does pull back a little bit. But a natural 20. When you grab his collar and pull it away, it looks where he got bit 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Looks pretty healed. There's very little there. You're a little confused. You check the other side just to make sure that you were looking in the right place, and it does. There is a little bit of a mark there, but if you didn't know what you were looking for, it wouldn't seem like anything. Okay. Now that you're up close, he does seem to have like a cold sweat, and his eyes are bloodshot. It looks, but I mean, otherwise he looks pretty good.
Okay. I'll look at Ismark and say, "Can you talk?"
I can talk, but I would prefer if we went and took my sister back from that monster.
Of course. Where did she go?
I don't know. Honestly, it struck me. I was pretty confused in the moment we were going. He said, I came out first of the inn, and he said, "You are the burgomaster?" I said, "Yes, my father has died." He said, "Okay, we're going to go see the Baron." And then as soon as Irina came out, he went crazy. He yelled her name. He grabbed her up with that big old monstrous arm of his, and he shoved me away. And then honestly, I blacked out. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but Rectavio here has told me that they took off south towards the Baron's manor, and he's told me some pretty frightening things about my behavior, and he dragged me here to make sure that I was safe.
How do you feel?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm a little scared, to be honest. Not just because of Irina, mostly because of Irina, but also I don't think I've ever blacked out like that before. So, I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay. Do you feel feverish, cold?
Earlier, yes. I think both of those things. Now I feel okay.
Okay.
Maybe a chocolate bar or something, and then I'll be back to normal.
I've got some rations in my bag of chocolate.
You'll feel better.
Sure, just roll a d20. If you get above a 10, you got some chocolate. If not, it's just rations.
I got a 4. It's just rations.
It's just rations.
Are you feeling?
Taylor knows what's going on.
Taylor knows what's going on.
Willow doesn't. Well, does a little, but not as well. I'll just Are
How
you
does
hurt?
werewolf play into Eris's crush? Very nicely, actually.
I feel fine. If I don't want to ask you all to give up whatever errands you are doing again to save me and my sister, but
We were trying to find you.
well, then if we could make our way to the Baron's Manor and see what the fuck is going on, that's what I would prefer to do in this
We
moment.
stopped by there earlier to talk with the Baroness. She seemed nervous, but we didn't see any other signs of them. But we're more than happy to go check again.
Didn't the person in front of the Blue Water Inn say that they saw him at the manor?
Yes, earlier than we did.
Later.
We
So
never
they-
even made it there, so I don't even know where we're going, so you
we
will
know
have
where
to
we're
lead.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Rectavio, can you give us any more information about where they went? You just saw them go toward the manor?
Well, I don't actually know. The Ithic and I had sort of an altercation before, and well, when I had two choices in front of me, and one was go after the guy that I know I can't handle, or try and save this guy, I chose what was in my skill set.
What was during Ismark's blackout? What did you witness?
Oh, you know, he was getting pretty savage and a little bit slashy and a little bit bitey, you know what I mean? And there was just a little bit of, well,
there was a little bit of like he was trying to claw his own face off, and there were some weird things happening with his fingers, and I couldn't even tell you.
All right then.
Oh God.
All right. Ismark, can you walk?
Yes, I'm ready to go if you are.
Okay. Shall we? Let's go. Okay, Gary. Give the keys back.
I was just gonna toss him in as we walked by.
Okay, cool.
Literally open the door, throw them in, close the door, and go.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna stay here.
Sure. Keep yourself safe.
Okay.
Octavio. You're
Oh.
still really cool.
We
Hey.
have more important things to do, my dear.
Also, do me a favor. You're gonna fill me in when all this is over, right?
Oh yes, if you come to the Blue Water Inn after this is over, like tonight or tomorrow or something, we'll
tell you
talk over
all
dinner.
about it.
Fantastic.
All right.
Can I cause chaos?
We've got things to do, Eris.
We've got things to do, Eris.
At some point while we are here, I want to cause chaos.
Okay. I'll do.
Vision.
I'll do a little bit of chaos.
Are you gonna
once
toss
we're
those
done.
keys? Are you gonna go back to the office and toss those keys in?
So I'm literally opening the front door, throwing them, and closing the door and running away before he knows what's happening.
Okay. Okay.
We're just gonna book it.
And you all are headed.
Through the
manor.
manor.
Fantastic. Okay. So, from the stockyards, we make our way. Are we going through the center of town, or are we going on the main road?
Whatever's faster.
I think the main road might be faster.
I
Okay.
think so.
Up through the main road, back in front of the Blue Water Inn, down past Blinsky's, and to the manor. The gate is still closed. The front door is still closed. At this point, it's pushing 4:30. No, it's pushing 5 o'clock.
Is the gate locked?
Do you want to check?
Yes.
Do an investigation check.
Before we check the gate, let's run a 3-minute ad real quick.
Okay, we're gonna run a 3-minute ad. We will be right back.
At the back.
We're back. Thank you for watching that.
We have to fix our camera.
My camera.
You see all my
Other way.
snacks.
Up,
I'm so
up,
sorry.
Up, up, up. There we go.
Toward Anna, beautiful, right there. Also,
Come back up a touch. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
I get knocked down.
No, get up again.
Okay, we're outside the manor. Is the gate locked?
The gate. What did you roll in your investigation check?
Huh? Sorry. I was waiting to do it till after. Investigation.
Oh!
It's a gate.
It's a gate.
It's
You
a gate.
push on it, and it clangs.
It's a pole, and she's pushing.
All right.
You chip a nail.
Ismark, do you have anything on you that belongs to Arena?
Do I have anything on me that belongs to? I don't know. I don't think so. Is this important in this moment?
Anything that she has touched recently on you?
What? No! And he shoves the gate open.
Okay.
And he runs up to the door. He just starts. He tries to open it, but it's not opening. So he starts pounding on the door.
Oh my goodness, so impatient.
We should probably. He's gonna do that no matter what, so we should probably just be with him and make sure he doesn't cause more chaos.
True.
Chaos.
It doesn't take very long before the door opens a crack, and Lydia peeks her head out. She says, "I'm sorry. Who are you?"
This is the Burgermeister. His sister's been taken. We would like her back.
My sister has been taken by that brute, that monster of a man. And Lydia says, Isaac, I don't know if Isaac's even here, much less brought someone else. Can you wait here? I'll go check. And Ismark tries to push past, but he doesn't get very far without.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put my hands on his shoulders
Sure.
and just calm him down by my
Sure.
presence.
Ismark, we know you are very, very scared and upset. Lydia is not.
Lydia's not the cause for your anger.
Very well, but if we don't get answers in the next 30 seconds, I am going to bust through this door.
And we will be with you, but just hold on.
Lydia looks very frightened. She runs back inside, and doesn't take very long before Baron Vargas comes up, and he opens the door fully at this point, and you see the Baron again. He's wearing the same outfit, the same sort of red robes that he had on earlier. He says, "What is the meaning of this in a Jersey accent? What?" He said,
Go get it. Take your time. Take your time.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about
Over there
he
and-
says, "What's the meaning of this?"
There we go. There it is.
Ismark's sister has been taken by Isaac. We want to know where she is.
And he's kind of.
Ismark, this is the new burgomaster of the village
Yes.
of Barovia. What? Well, I don't know anything about his sister.
No, but do you know Isaac? Where is Isaac?
Isaac.
He came back this way. He came back toward your manor.
Well, I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about that.
I don't.
You were supposed to have a meeting with these two, and you just let it go when Isaac didn't show up?
Well, if I'm gonna be honest,
By the way, it's been 2 hours, so I'm transferred back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
if I'm gonna be honest, if somebody doesn't show up for a meeting, that's their loss at that point, right? I've got better things to do than just wait on people.
Do you have any idea where Isaac could have gone?
Shit, he's the captain of the guard. I mean, he's several places he could have gone.
That's the same thing your wife said.
I'm gonna look around. Is there any other guards that are out and about right now?
Not immediately around
Okay.
the manor. Ismark says, "Is there any harm in just trying to go up to the room and seeing if Ismark is there?"
Is it?
And Isaac, yes.
Yes.
If he says, "My sister was taken, and people have said they saw him come this way. And the Baron goes, hey, I don't know anything about it. If we were... Listen, I'll go look in Izik's room.
We're going to come with you.
Who are you to fucking barge into my house and
We're dealing
demand...
with someone that you are in charge of who has taken someone.
Hey,
You should be more concerned.
listen, I'm still the Baron of this town.
Sure, you're the Baron of this town, which means it's your job to take care of the citizens and those who visit your town.
Yeah, that's exactly right, but that doesn't mean that you all have any kind of jurisdiction or anything in my town, especially in my house.
She is a very important person that if she gets lost, then it could be very dangerous.
Missing people don't make people smile.
Alright, listen. You stay here. I'm gonna go check on Izik's room, okay? If there's something amiss, if there's something fishy with the situation, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Can you turn into a rat?
That's what I was thinking.
Who's turning into anything?
No, I'm not. No, I'm talking. I'm asking Steven a question. Anna is asking Steven a question.
But you don't have that information, so does it help?
I know, but I'm just asking. I'm wondering.
Yeah,
so then
but
maybe I could be like.
That's
turn
called
into a rat.
metagaming.
I'm very turn into a rat. You can tell you turn into anything.
Alright, listen.
Go.
I don't trust you. I'm gonna send Lydia upstairs to take a look in Izik's room. But you all aren't coming in here demanding anything. And he sort of winks at Lydia, and she says, "Okay, I'll be right back." And you can hear her heels go off down the hallway.
While she's away, I'm going to step away from the door and go around to the side of the house.
He says, "Hey, what are you doing? Stay here. We got stuff going on. I don't want you trouncing around my garden."
I don't listen. I walk around to the side of the house and keep an eye out down the road.
The Baron pulls out. He reaches into his breast pocket. He pulls out a bell. He starts ringing it.
Shit. Dogs. Dogs.
When you walk around to the side of the house, the front garden area that's sort of roped off with the fencing. I can't tell if you're understanding what I'm saying or not. It only goes around so far. It probably goes 15 feet around the corner of the house before the wall meets up with the house. There's not a whole. It doesn't go all the way around to the back.
I'm more or less trying to keep an eye out to see if somebody tries to make tries to.
Understood. After a few minutes, the Baron starts to get a little impatient. He sticks his head back in the house. He says, "Lydia, what's going on?"
This isn't concerning to you?
You're all the way across the corner of the house.
Please, let us help.
Just stay here. I'm gonna go see what's going on. And he slams the door.
I'm going to keep him from slamming the door.
Are you gonna do that? All right, make a strength check for me.
If not, I can
Rage.
burst open, unlock
Rage.
doors.
I really want to rage right now because this guy's a fucking prick.
Yep.
That's a 19.
Yes.
Yeah. He wasn't forcing it closed. He just sort of tossed it. It doesn't close. You watch him walk down the hall.
Followed again.
Oh, okay. He heads up the stairs. You trailing behind him. You see his last steps as he goes up the stairs to the second floor. You following him up? You following him up?
Yes, that was very funny.
Can't.
He said.
Excuse me. Sorry.
You following him up the stairs?
Yes, I'm going to follow him because
What's
something is clearly
everybody
wrong.
else do?
I'm following Gary.
Yes.
They all went in the house.
If I see them all start going to the house, I'll go to the very front of the door, but I'm still keeping an eye on the street.
Okay.
But I'm staying at the bottom of the steps.
As they go into the house and you stay and look towards the street, you see 3 guards come running up to the gate, and they start coming towards you.
Okay. I walk into the house, shut the door, and lock it from the inside.
It's a little sketchy, but okay. Agreed.
Okay.
We have company.
Great.
When Thatch yells, "We have company" in the house, as you follow him up the stairs, he looks back and he says, "Hey, you just come into somebody's." Oh my God!
You sent your wife to go check on something where there was a big man who took another woman. I'm coming in.
If anything, to protect you.
He goes to one of the first doors on the second landing, and he tries to open it, and it's locked. And he pounds on it. He says, "Hey, what the hell is going on in my house? Isaac, where's my wife? There's people here saying that you took some lady."
Irina!
When you yell Irina's name, you do hear a loud scream come from inside the
I
room.
push him out of the way and take my axe and go down on the
Oh, just what?
wall.
On the door.
Go ahead
On the
and
door.
make an attack with your axe.
While she does that, if I hear the scream, I'm just gonna book it.
As you start to make your way back through the house, you do hear some heavy pounding on the front door.
I can add those blast.
What'd you get?
So not one.
Oh. You take it. Your axe gets wedged in the wall before it can hit the door. The Baron who you pushed out of the way, he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?
Someone
There's
is
a
in
woman."
danger.
I can get in the door. And he fumbles with some keys and he starts to unlock the door and he unlocks it and he tries to push it in and it cracks open, but it's still stopped. There's something sitting on the other side of the door. And you're standing right there. Isaac, you can see a big man appear in that crack of the doorway. He says, "I'm sorry, Baron. I have her. My Irina is in here." And the Baron goes, "Who the fuck is Irina? Where's Lydia?" He says, I didn't mean to, Baron. She scared me. I just hit her just once." And the Baron starts to you see him start to get really upset. He starts to turn red in the face. He says, "Isaac, I swear to God, if you don't open up this door right now, I am gonna string you up. You'll be the thing burning in the fucking festival tomorrow." And Isaac goes, "I'm sorry, Baron. I'm sorry." And you hear a chair pull out and he opens the door. You can all see now into, it's sort of a small room. There is a 4-poster bed on there that looks like it would probably fit Isaac, but just barely. On the floor, sort of sat up against the wall, is Lydia. She's bleeding from her forehead. And then tied up and gagged in the corner is Irina. She is wiggling around. The more surprising thing is that she is surrounded by a few dozen, probably 5 dozen dolls of different types. Wooden dolls, stuffed dolls, marionettes, that all vaguely resemble Irina to some degree in different outfits, but they all have those characteristics: dark skin, auburn hair, blushed cheeks, and they're all very well cared for. They're all very well displayed, and as you that drew your attention immediately. You notice that the entire room has shelves and shelves of these dolls. Isaac is sort of standing, and when he sees everybody else in the hallway, he moves in front of Irina. He says, "Baron, I am sorry. This is my Irina. She is mine."
Is it?
I'm gonna, if I can peek my head into the door, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on
Lydia.
Lydia.
On Lydia? Yeah.
Okay. You cast it. It looks like she just got knocked out. But the bleeding does stop and
Well, she would regain up to 5 hit points.
okay.
Just for shits and giggles.
If you want, I can get the map out
Yeah,
so we
please.
can see.
So we can see what the hell's
see what
going
we're looking
on.
at. Yeah.
Please.
So,
What in the Chucky?
if we make him mad,
Is this the right?
I would like to try to negotiate
Yeah,
first.
so you go first.
As angry as I know that Willow is right now.
Still pissed.
Still hysteric.
To whom?
Also just for shits and giggles.
Here is the map. You all came up the stairs here,
Yes.
and this is Izik's room.
Which one's is this?
And
With the
is
blue
she in like
bed.
the back corner
Blue bed.
over? Is she is?
Yes.
I'm gonna look to Gary,
Oh, I'll switch over to PvP. Sorry, guys.
and I'm gonna look at Ismark.
If you will just place these folks as needed.
So I forget who's who.
That is, this is me.
This is Mark, I think.
Yes,
That one's Gary.
that's you.
Ismark is the dark-haired fella.
This one, that one.
That
this
one.
is Arena.
Arena is the two swords. If
This
you'll put her
is-
over in the
this
corner,
is that.
the other corner, the
Other
deep corner. Yeah.
Deep.
That's Tatch, you, Gary.
Am I missing some?
No.
Okay.
Is this the Baron?
No, that's
Ismark.
Ismark.
I don't have minis for the Baron.
Is
I do.
Ismark
He's probably
with us behind us.
with us behind us.
I will say if he'll probably be in the middle of this group, he probably pushed through.
And
Of
Swapman.
course. I just want to stay in front of him as I possibly can.
This is going to
because-
be Izik for the time being. He's sort of standing between everybody and Arena.
Yeah, because I don't want Ismark to go into a rage.
Sure.
So I am
The only
going.
rage we will get is Gary.
I was about to say that's why I'm like gonna look back at Gary and I'm gonna look at Ismark. Like, watch him, and I'm gonna hold one hand back because I know Big Brother energy is back there, and I'm just gonna calmly as I can in the rage that I am in, look at Isik and go, "Hi, Isik. Do you remember me?"
I don't know why you're here,
Well, you took our friend.
and you won't be taking her back from me.
Why is that?
She's mine.
I see that you have a lot of dolls here. Are these your favorite?
Why are you asking questions?
Well, we were really concerned because you took our friend. And you see,
Be less concerned.
why?
She's mine. She wants to be here. She wants to be with me.
Well, why don't we ask Arena?
I don't think we need to. You get the point at this. You met with Izik earlier.
Yeah.
Now that you're sort of having a conversation, he is
Traumatized.
simpler
Yes.
than maybe you had previously thought.
Yeah.
It looks. He looks very aware.
Uh-huh.
He's also being very defensive. He's not
Yes.
being aggressive.
Yes.
Okay.
That I am aware of. I want to just peek over behind him and look at Isik and say, well, if she wants to be with you, I think she would say so. Did you ask her?
I did not want to know what she thought. I was worried.
Well,
Who are you?
I'm Willow. We met earlier today.
I know.
Okay, well, I'm Irina's friend, and I was concerned for her, so that's why I came. And that's why I have all my friends here too, because she's our friend.
He looks very upset.
Well, this is Ismark. This is Irina's brother. They're family.
Brother. No. I am her brother. She is mine. She was taken in the woods. I am her brother. And he starts to cry.
Okay. Lots of big feelings here. Lots of big feelings. Ismark.
So when you turn around and look at Ismark, you do notice, and the rest of you notice this as well, Baron Vargas has stepped into the room, and he's sort of tending to his wife.
Yes.
He's trying to pick her up. He drags her to the hallway.
Yeah.
When he does that, he says, Isaac, you're done here. You're not part of this household. You're not the guard or anything.
Baron?
You roll an intimidation check for me.
Guidance.
Natural fucking 20.
Yes!
He shuts up.
Or a 24!
He shuts up immediately. He drags.
Sorry, 25 plus 1.
He drags his wife to the room across the hall for the rest of you that are sort of still in the hallway.
Okay.
When you turn around and look at Ismark, Ismark has. There's a lot going on with Ismark. He is very angry.
Yes.
He's got a sweat going on. His eyes are bloodshot
Yes.
again. He's breathing very heavily, and he's got a hand on the blade of his sword. He isn't saying anything.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's doing a lot of
He's doing a lot of processing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I am going to just step one moment closer to him, put my hand on the pommel of his sword,
Yeah.
and just gently take it away. And be like, one moment.
Okay, he doesn't
Breathe.
have anything else to do. No, that's not happening.
Breathe. I'll look back at Isaac.
Isaac.
Look at him and say, okay, so, Ismark, you said Irina was adopted?
He straightens up, he sort of adjusts his shoulders. He says, when I was much younger and my mother was still alive, my mother found her in the woods, just walking near the Serpul, the Vishtani camp. So yes, adopted, yes.
Okay. So, Isaac, you said Irina's your sister?
Yes. Oh, yes, she...
No one's gonna take her away from you. We're just here to find out what's going on.
Roll a persuasion check. Would anybody else like to do anything while all of this is happening?
Guidance.
Thank you.
Just gonna keep my hand on her back.
Okay.
If Gary, if not Thanos, if Thatch is in the room guiding Willow, there's not a whole lot of space, so you two are going to be out in the hallway.
That's a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
Well, you got your axe out of the wall.
Everything's going on. Me and Gary are just like, come on.
Both feet above the wall.
Both feet on the wall.
Yeah. Both feet on the wall, and I'm pulling you. Come on.
Just as the Baron pulls Lydia out of the way, it goes, boom, and you fall on the floor, and the axe sort of just lands on your chest. Izek, when you say, when you tell Izek that nobody's going to take Arena away, he does seem to calm down a little bit. He's still in a defensive posture. He's still taking up most of the space between everybody and Arena.
Okay. Isaac, it's a little scary that you have your sister tied up.
She tried to leave.
Have you explained to her that I'm going to speak up for the first time?
Yeah.
Have you talked to her and explained that you're her brother and that you don't mean her any harm?
I didn't remember
You didn't remember that you were her brother?
until now.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So maybe this changes things and
Maybe she'll want to talk to you.
You have a gentle tone to your voice. I didn't know that.
That's just very kind.
there are many sides to me.
What do you want?
We just want to know that she's okay, but we want to hear that from her, not from you.
Well, she is okay. Look at her.
No, but you can't tell that when she's bound and gagged.
And
She was screaming.
probably because she was scared. She didn't know who you were.
Well, I'm scared.
Yes.
I didn't scream.
Well, Irina does. She screams when she's scared.
Okay. And he turns around. He says, "Please don't scream." And he takes the gag out of her mouth. Arena is crying.
Yes.
She takes a couple heavy breaths, and she says,
Streams.
she says, "I don't know who this monster is. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't remember you, Izek. How." I know that I was lost in the woods. I don't remember anything else. He sort of kneels down. He says, "We were fishing, and wolves came, and they hurt me." And he points at his arm. He says, "Our uncle brought me back here, and later our father said that you ran and he couldn't find you. And you have been gone for the long time, 24 years.
You've been keeping count?
Well, it's been that long since I lost my arm."
Isaac, you said that you didn't realize that this was your sister until just now. What makes you so sure?
I remembered when she said that that guy was her brother. I had a trauma. I lost my memories when I got this arm. There's a lot of things I don't remember, but people told me what happened.
And you've been making these dolls?
No, Mr. Blinsky makes these dolls. For me, he does.
In some way you remembered who she was, though, right?
I dream about her. Yeah.
Do you think it's because of your repressed memories?
Well, I don't know about that. What's gonna happen?
Well, Irina's got some business to take care of. And we're her friends. We just wanted to make sure she was okay and and that you weren't going to hurt her.
Well, she's okay. Why would I hurt her?
We didn't know. We don't know you.
Ismark speaks up. He says, well, you attacked both of us outside of the inn, and you just grabbed her. It's very violent what you did. You may not think that you attacked anyone, but you hurt me. You bound her, you gagged her, you threw her in this corner, you're holding her captive, you lied to everyone. Simple or not, what you did is bad. You can't just take people. She doesn't want to be here with you. She doesn't want to stay here. And Isaac stands back up and he faces you guys again. He says, I don't like you.
And I will just get between them.
Sure.
And I'll look at Ismark and say, all you've known is that she is your sister. Because she was adopted by your mother. You want to protect her, right?
Yes. But I guess I don't have anywhere for us to live now. The Baron's really mad.
That's okay.
While this is all happening, you two in the hallway, the Baron has come back out.
After being scolded by me.
He has...
We're just like listening at the door. I'm like, why the fuck does he have so many dolls?
The Baron has put on some armor and now has a very large dagger in his hand.
What? No. What are you doing?
Block door.
I've known for a long time that I've let a monster live in our house. He's never been aggressive towards us before now. I'm not gonna let him stay here, especially if he's kidnapping people and bringing them in here. I'm not trying to bring any sort of negligence into my home. I don't want anyone knowing about this.
Baron.
You don't know. You're not in there. You're in the room.
Well, I don't know if you're saying Alana for all of us here.
Well, there's two conversations happening at this
You
point.
don't know the full story.
He's not being violent purposefully.
It was an accident.
I don't think anybody knows what's going on here.
Listen,
And at this point, I'm starting to think that if he's kidnapping people, then there's a very good possibility that he also kidnapped the maids. Who knows whoever the hell else. He could be keeping them somewhere in some basement, and I'm not going to let that come back to me. Nobody's going to be thinking that the Baron was kidnapping people.
So
Can you think about anybody other than yourself for like 2 seconds?
has he ever been violent towards anybody else?
Of course he is. That's why he's the captain of my guard.
But like who? Like anybody, people who have done wrong, or just simple innocent people?
Well, yeah, people that have done wrong, but still, I don't want this
Innocent
happening
people,
in my...
any innocent people?
No.
Well, then why would he take your maids?
Well, I don't know, but I
You
also don't know why he would do this.
She's his brother. She hold on. I got a dyslexic. She's his sister.
His sister? I mean... Okay, that doesn't change the fact that I don't want this happening in my house.
He's messed up in the head. He doesn't know what's going on.
You don't think I know that?
I know you know that, but going in there dressed like that with that big dagger doesn't gonna do anything. It's just gonna make him go off even more, and people are going to die.
Roll a persuasion or an intimidation check.
That's what I'm better at.
Oh, why does my...
Why do you do this to me?
You do this to me. What is it? I'm the persuasion.
Why don't you have the app?
Because I'm lazy. I will do it later. Where am I? Persuasion. 9 plus 5.
14. Okay. Fine. How do you all suggest we take care of this?
We have a peace. I keep saying police.
We got the police!
We got the police in there, motherfucker.
Police coming
Speaking
straight
of
from the
police.
underground.
You'll probably come up the stairs about now.
Yeah.
They're taking care of it and they are taking care of the situation. Nobody needs to know about this. The only people who know about it are in the room right now.
Fine. I'm gonna be standing out here. If anything else happens, I'm stepping in. You all have the majority. I'm not stupid.
Good. Because I was questioning it there for a bit.
If any of this gets out,
Will ruin your precious little reputation.
exactly, you all be the first
Lord
ones
have mercy.
that I come to. You'll either be out of the town or you'll be in your fucking stocks down the street. You hear me?
Cool. Okay.
Well, you do that, and then I'll let the town know that you sent your wife to do your business. Because you should have been the one to go see what was happening.
And now she's hurt.
My wife is more than capable of taking
Oh,
care
I'm
of
sure
Is
she
she?
is.
Is
She is capable of doing, because women are capable of many things. But you,
can't do shit.
Okay, well. I don't think you know what you're talking about, but take care of this quickly and get it out of my house.
I have so many things I want to
I also don't like him, for the record.
Derek's like, I gotta play a
This-
dick.
This whole thing has swerved in a direction I wasn't anticipating.
surprise! Surprise!
Please don't make it this cold next session.
Ismark, you want to protect Irina too, right?
Obviously.
Well, then you both have something wonderful in common.
I'm not sure what you're suggesting.
I'm suggesting that this was a mistake that can be corrected. And why don't we all just calmly settle down, get to know each other? Irina can ask questions. Issa can ask questions. You can ask questions. We can get to know one another.
Roll a persuasion check for you with advantage.
you.
Okay.
String or something.
Okay. 19, that's better. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
22.
Ismark calms down a little bit. Isaac says, he turns around to Arena. He says, I'm sorry for scaring you. I am also scared.
Isaac, do you have any family left?
No. My uncle died, and my father went out to look for Arena and did not come back. I've been an orphan here for a while, but the Baron let me come and live here.
Now you are a very strong and able-bodied man. You're no longer a child. Do you ever think about returning to the woods and to your home?
Well, our home was here, so no.
Well, is your family home still standing?
Oh. Yes. I let the orphans live there.
Oh,
Well,
that's very good of you.
Well, I was also living there
Okay.
as an orphan, alone, and then, this happened, and then the Baron let me come live here, and I wasn't living there, and there were other orphans that I let come and live with me, and there's another boy that takes care of them.
would you maybe want to go back to protecting the orphans? It
We
seems
can-
that you have a need for work and you're quite good at protecting.
Yeah.
Do orphans pay people?
No, but there's nothing to say that we can't maybe work with the local church and things to take
I
up
can't
donations.
go there.
No. They can bring the donations to you, and we can maybe even work up with the Blue Water tavern, or inn, or whatever it's called, and maybe see if we can't work out a way to make sure that you and the orphans are well taken care of, and you can provide them protection from anything that comes their way.
Danica and Erwin do feed us. Well, them.
I think that would make a lot of the children very happy.
I don't know if there is room for me.
That's
I think
okay.
that there will be.
He takes one of his claws and he turns around to Arena and he pops off the ropes. She doesn't really move because he's still standing there with his big old hand. He says, I am sorry for grabbing you and taking you and scaring you.
It's been 24 years. There's a lot that you guys can catch up on.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen by force or overnight. You have to give things time. You do not grow into the man you are today overnight.
Where do you learn to be nice?
It's more that you don't learn to do it. It's a choice that you make.
He's so precious.
Well,
He's so precious.
okay.
I'm gonna cry.
If you show kindness to other people, they'll show you kindness too.
You just now.
Oh, these dolls are creepy now. I should not have bought them.
That's it.
Well, you know what you can do with them?
We can give them to the orphans.
There's lots of little girls that would love to have these dolls to play with.
I'm sure.
Do you think so?
Yes.
I know.
I love him.
Okay.
I would maybe not give them up to them all at once. Maybe hold on to them so that way as either new orphans appear or as the dolls break, you have more to give out.
And to replace them.
And also, it's okay if you want to keep a couple of your favorites for yourself.
Well,
But just a couple.
if
Too many
I
would be
have
creepy.
Arena, I do not need them.
Well, if Arena chooses to be with you or to visit you or to become part of your life, she needs to do that on her terms, not by force of you.
He turns back around to Arena. He says, will you stay here with me? And she just seems... Arena is scared.
Yes.
She doesn't really understand what's going on.
I think we should take this one step at a time. How about we arrange some visits between you and Arena? That way we can get together, go for a walk, have lunch, and get to know one another. That way you can give Arena some time to get to know the real you.
That sounds nice to me.
Arena?
She just sort of shakes her head in like a weird non-committal way.
Arena, I know this is scary. We'll have time to process. This is all new information.
Ismark sort of makes a move to try and go to Arena. And Isaac says, you are her brother. And Ismark shakes his head. And he says, okay. You are the burgomaster of Barovia. Does that mean that Arena is also? And Ismark says, Irina has been bossing me around since we found her. I think, yes, that also means that she is the burgomaster. Isaac says, the village I don't think you have a village to burgomaster over. And Ismark has a confused look, and Isaac says, there were some guards. They came back in from a hunt, and they said that it was on fire. And Ismark says, what do you mean? Can I speak to these men? We have only been gone for 2 days. He seems very concerned, and Arena also seems very concerned. And Isaac says,
2 days.
It's probably been 3 days.
I think it's been 3 because I think we slept the night.
Isaac says, I know who they are. We can talk to them. I don't have anywhere to go.
Why don't you come stay at the inn with us?
We have an extra room.
We have an extra room.
Oh. Okay.
And that way you can see Arena, and we all can get to know each other.
Okay. That sounds okay to me. Is it okay with you? Ismark the brother? Ismark says,
Good question.
I do whatever Arena says. Let me speak with her first, and we can decide after that. And then the Baron out in the hallway says, well, this has been a great time.
Get out of my house.
Perhaps we can just take this outside. And about this time, you hear a large crash from downstairs.
Yeah.
And a couple of guards come running up the stairs. And the Baron says, where have you all been? Get these fucking people out of my house!
Man, you must have locked that door tight, bro.
When Isaac, I mean, they were large, thick wooden doors. When Isaac sort of steps out of the way to let Ismark grab Arena, and the guards see Isaac, they're a little confused. They do put the weapons away, but they don't really know what to do. So they just kind of stand there until. Do you all leave, or?
Baron,
He looks at you.
perhaps you've been standing here and you've been hearing what has been going on, yes?
Okay.
Well, would you not agree that it was a mistake? A terrible mistake, and one that should be truly punished in some way, shape, or form. But a mistake nonetheless. It's something that I don't think that you should get rid of him.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Get him, Gary.
How close are you to me?
I don't know.
Me and her are right outside in the hallway.
Probably, there's a lot of people.
Okay.
There is a lot.
There's a lot of people in this house.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. The Baron
Threes are
goes.
23.
The Baron says, well, I'm not gonna kick him out of the town. I'm not gonna let him live in my house.
That's all right. We have a place for him.
And I'm not about to let someone who makes, let's be honest, very rash and violent choices. It's been a difficult thing to have him be the captain of the guard up to this point, but he scares people. He's got a little bit of strength, and he got that fire thing with his hands.
Perhaps maybe just a guard, then. That way he does not lose his job. Just a guard. Not the captain of the guard. I'm sure that you have someone who can take that over that situation.
Maybe-
But
Maybe up north.
Yeah,
A guard up at the north.
the
The
northern
north gate.
ends.
Okay, well, fine. He can keep his job.
Excellent.
He's not in charge or anybody, though.
No.
He's got to
no.
take orders.
Yeah.
It'll be
Isaac,
fine.
you got to take orders. If somebody tells you to do something, you do it. And at this point, nobody's really listening to what the Baron's saying anymore.
He's just rambling on.
Yeah, he's just doing his rambling Donald Trump shit.
Lydia is standing in the doorway.
Take what is.
And she walks up behind him and sort of just puts her hands on his shoulder. She is taller than him, so she,
Yeah.
you know.
It's very simple.
Do you all? I mean, the guards are trying. There's like this really awkward, like.
I'm just going to
What's-
slowly put my hands out and sort of gather everybody to go out.
As we pass Lydia, I'm going to say thank you, Lydia, for. I'm sorry that you had to go through this.
Oh, well, yeah. Thank you.
Is your head okay?
Oh yes, I should be fine.
Okay. All right.
Ismark goes to pick up Arena, and then Izek sort of catches him mid in between and sort of grabs her, and they're both kind of holding her, and then they both get to the door, and then somebody has to let go. And
Irina, can you walk?
It doesn't really matter because Ismark sort of just goes with her.
Okay.
So as you all turn to leave with Ismark, Izek sort of pushes his way to make sure that he's as close to Irina as he can be if he's not going to be the one carrying her down. But either way, everybody starts making their way down the stairs, and as you all make it out to the street, the guards have one of the doors has fully been smashed in to the manor, but as you all step out of the gate, they do close the gate and lock it. And that's where we're going to end Chapter 7 of Board Game House Presents Curse of Strahd. That is our Halloween episode.
Happy Halloween!
This wig is awful. But we look great. We're going to take some photos and we'll post those on the Discord and our socials tomorrow. If you missed any of this episode or if you missed any previous episodes, they're all going to be up on YouTube. Chapters 1 through 6 are on YouTube now. Chapter 7 will be on YouTube tomorrow. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for watching. Wednesday, we're going to be back for our block party. We're going to be playing Sushi Go Party on Sovereignty. So if you haven't already, go download Sovereignty and then join us on Wednesday, and you can play Sushi Go with us on the stream. Go check out all of our wonderful sponsors below. Check out 1985. Yeah, thank you guys for rolling dice.
Happy Halloween!
We love you guys, and we will see you guys on Wednesday.
Remember to moisturize!
Bye, guys.
Love each other. What happened to peace?
Bye! Bye!